Hello, welcome back to the Friendly Fire Show episode. Braxton, what episode number are we on? 5, 4.
Episode 3 of main stuff and episode 4 total,
Okay, so episode
not
4 of the
including the
Friendly
pilot.
Fire Show. This episode should be a pretty good time. Braxton and I kind of did a little bit of debrief before this, and we are expecting to be talking a lot. We're going to be yapping this episode.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun episode. I can't wait.
Yeah. So once again, for people who may have not seen previous episodes, I'm Caleb, joined by Braxton over here, and yeah, we just talk about shit that we do, and then try to get each other fired or something like that. I don't know. What's the premise of the show
Along
again?
those lines. I think we're friends until we put each other in fire. I think that was the plan, right? That was the trajectory of this
Yeah,
show.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
that
And then
we're
we
eventually
record it.
gonna,
Then we record it. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
then we're gonna
It's
burn each other
Survivor
with
style.
fire.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Gotcha. Okay, perfect.
um, yeah, just kind of starting off here. We kind of have a tradition of just kind of going over things that we did this month, since the last episode, and I kind of wanted to start us off with Destiny 2 update. Last time we talked, you and I, well, I guess I talked about Destiny 2 and the end of service updates. And I have been playing this game nonstop. Like, it has become a problem. Um, I have stopped playing other games because of it, and um, yeah, it's been really fun. I wholly recommend just dipping your toe in the game at some point. It is the end of service for it, but like, I don't know. Destiny 1 has also been like end of service updates for like the last decade, and you can still go in and play Destiny 1. So, like, who knows how long Destiny 2 will be around for, but there's a lot to do in that game. The game is just so fun. It's unlike any other game that you'll ever play. And yeah, great time with that. Big recommend there. But yeah, that's my update on Destiny 2. Braxton, you want to talk a little bit about your medical emergencies?
Yeah.
Multiple.
So if anybody, yes, if anybody here follows my art page, you'll notice it's been like kind of dead until last night, as the time of recording this.
Mhm.
Um, I had an incident. You can't see it now because there's a band-aid on it. Caleb, am I good to send you a picture for you to flash on the screen?
I
Do you want a
guess.
picture?
Not really, but I mean, if it's
Too
not
bad you
too
already have one.
gruesome, yeah,
Didn't I already send you one
I don't think
when it
so.
happened that day? Oh shit. But anyway,
Okay, so
yeah,
check.
I had a disaster occur to my hand at work. And I got 5 stitches right on my drawing hand, right on my thumb. Very fun stuff. I was shaking out a cup and it slipped out of my hand, and I went to catch it and it hit the counter right as it hit, or right as my hand reached it, and it effectively just blew up in my hand. Um, so I was bleeding everywhere. It was gushing like crazy in the middle of the kitchen. It was a big disaster. Um, Caleb was at work that day. He had to pick up the slack when I left.
And there
Um,
was slack picked up for sure.
that's what it sounds like. He started slacking after I left. He got more slacking to do. Um, but yeah, no, it was really a scary situation. You could see the bone at one point. When I was when I was at the uh, clinic getting the stitches, they had me take off the gauze that we put on at work. Um, and the gauze stuck to my finger, so I'm peeling it back, and the final layer, I pull it back and it just rips the whole thing open, and you can see straight to the bone in my finger. It was fucking disgusting, and I just like me and the nurse just kind of like looked at each other, like, huh, all right. And she was like, all right, let's get that cover back up and put that under the water really quick, and we got to figure it out from there. And stitches are out now though, so I'm good to use my hand again. That's pretty fun.
There you
That was my
go.
story.
There you go. So yeah, no, the little butterfly effect that was your finger just getting a slight cut was just absolutely insane. You know, I had to start getting more extreme at work to try and keep up with your injury. Um, Let it be known as well, I injured myself earlier in the day by cutting just a little bit of my middle finger here. Um, and I told everybody, like, hey, it's my turn to get injured at work and go home on workers' comp, all that other stuff. And then Braxton had to go and actually, like, have a full on medical emergency.
Yeah, well, it's because I was listening to you. What's going on with my camera? I'm noticing it's still a little behind. Anyway, yeah, I was listening to that. I did that out of spite and because I was sweeping that day. I didn't want to do that. So I'd rather have a water glass explode in my hand, um, and lose a lot of blood. That was my response to your little gambit that you had there.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like the audio desync is back. That's it's whatever.
Fuck that. It's happening on Discord for me too, so
Yeah,
might be the issue.
it might be on your side. That's okay. Um, but yeah, no. You know, we've taken a little bit of time off of. I mean, I'm doing the thumbnail for this episode at least when it first goes live. Unless Braxton somehow pops a thumbnail out of his ass in the next like 72 hours or
That would be
whatever.
impressive. I don't think that's happening, but I could maybe.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be crudely making a thumbnail in the next 24 hours or so. That'll be fun. But and then SCPod thumbnails have also slowed down, but those are also just kind of happen when they happen. So but yeah, tune into Braxton's Instagram page, his artist Instagram, to continue getting gross updates about his fingers. Or
I don't post about my fingers. Don't worry, guys.
well, I mean, you post what your fingers be doing.
That's true. You know what? One of these days I'll do a really meta piece where it's gonna be like
A turkey,
be like
a hand turkey.
yeah, and then it's gonna be a brutal, bloody, evil hand turkey, and it's gonna be like the caption or the title of the piece is gonna be me Father's Day or something like that. It's gonna be really dramatic. It happened for the record, guys. This happened on Father's Day. That's why I said that.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So
Funny enough, that was also sorry to interrupt.
go ahead.
Funny enough, that was also like 12 hours after I posted to the universe on my Instagram note. You know what? This work shit isn't so bad. And then I promptly exploded my hand.
It's true. It's true. Well, then the next thing I kind of want to talk about, we as of recording, this episode is coming out kind of late. We try to have this out on the first, but there's been a ton of different little things that happened. First of all, I wasn't here on the first, and we couldn't record the Monday before the first, which is usually when we record, because I was out of town. And then leading up to that, like, it was only going to be like 2.5, 3 weeks of actual like doing shit before like we recorded. So we decided to push it back. And then we had the 4th of July that happened. And so that made it a little harder to record and things like that. So it's been a mess. It's been a mess trying to get this episode recorded and out there. So this will probably be going out closer to the 10th than the 1st. But so the reason that there was this big thing in the middle of it, and that was I went on a trip to Utah. Returning viewers will know Braxton and I live in the greater Boulder area, Boulder, Colorado, that is. And I have this year specifically have gotten really into doing national parks and hiking and all that other stuff, and content will be returning very soon. I finally got financial stuff situated and moving all done, all that other stuff, so I actually have time to do content again. So there will be outdoor content coming back to the channel. But this last week, I met up with my dad down in Zion National Park, and so I drove 9 hours from Boulder. He drove I think it's like 16 from Portland, and we met up in Zion, and then we spent a day in Zion. And then we got out of Zion and drove to, um, I don't remember the name of the city or anything like that, but it was about 2.5 hours outside of Zion, where we camped for the night. And then we woke up, drove another 2.5 hours to Moab, um, and then we explored Arches and Canyonlands, and then we stayed the night in Moab, and then we explored Canyonlands some more, and then I drove back home and was late for work, and that was a whole other thing. But it was a crazy trip. It was super fun. My dad and I both have recently, him a lot earlier than me, but him and I around the same time have really gotten into outdoorsy stuff. So he bought a huge car camper. Um, like he drives a Tacoma and he got this like cool canopy thing that like it's a regular canopy for his truck, but then it also folds up into a tent on top of his truck, which is super cool. Fucking nerd, but it's just super cool. He had like all this stuff like in his back of his truck. Like he had a generator. He had a coffee maker that he just hooks up to his generator. Like all this stuff. It was super cool. And then here I am, like my car. I have a car mattress for it. But you know, blow that shit up, and then like I didn't even bring a blanket. I forgot to bring a blanket. Um,
Fuck.
and so like I just had like my sleeping pad, and then I bought a pillow. I got a camping chair, and I had all my hiking stuff. Um, but yeah, it was really funny. It was funny because when I pulled into Zion, my dad thought I wasn't gonna make it in one night. Um, and so I pull up to his spot, and he parked. So like I had to like just inch by inch get into the parking spot so that I could also sleep, because this jackass decided to take up the whole fucking camping site. Um, and yeah, it was a really fun time. Zion was a little underwhelming. Um, and there, like I said, there will be a video about it and everything. But um, I what I have been telling people is Zion is really pretty, but I think you have to come in through the north. There's two entrances to Zion. There's a north and a south entrance. And if you go in through the south entrance, which is like the more popular one, you come in and you're just at the base of the canyon, because that's what Zion is. It's a giant canyon. Um, and then you park, and then you like get on a shuttle, and then you go explore the park. But the problem with that is like the shuttle takes you from place to place to place. You can walk between them all, but like you're walking a couple tens of miles sometimes. And so like you're taking the shuttle, but you can't drive between the spots. And I think that really took away from the experience for me, because when you're on these shuttles, they're just like public transit buses. And so like you can't look around, you can't see all the nature around you. You just feel like you're just like sardined in this bus waiting to go explore, like, and then you get dropped off, you go walk on a trail for a little bit, and then you get back on the bus. So um it was slightly underwhelming. But I feel like if you come in through the north, what happens, you come down from the top of the canyon in through a tunnel, and it's like a 1.5 mile long tunnel. Like it's crazy. But then you come out and you see the entire park in front of you. Um, and I think that would probably add to the wow factor a little bit. So um, I wasn't super impressed with Zion. It was still really cool to see. The crazy thing is, with how popular that park is, none of the wildlife is like scared of humans. So like there's a bunch of signs that say "Do not feed the squirrels," because there are some fat ass squirrels there. Like I'm talking, these guys are like rotund. They weigh like 5 pounds. Like they are giant. They look like guinea pigs. Like,
Man,
um,
that's kind of sick.
and they'll walk right up to you. Like they're not scared of you whatsoever. There was also a few deer that we saw, and there was one right outside of Zion Lodge that was just like walking around and like would walk up to people, like just walk right up to you, and what they weren't afraid of you whatsoever. So the wildlife was really fun. And then on the way out, we actually saw some bighorn sheep as well. Those were a little bit more wild. They actually were going to ram a car. It was really funny. But yeah, is really cool. And then days 2 and 3, we were in Moab. Went to Arches National Park, which has been a bucket list item of mine since I was little. Got to see all the monuments and stuff like that. It's really cool. It's one of those like you drive, you stop, you go see the thing, you take a photo, you get back in your car, you leave. There's a few like cool hikes that you can do. And one thing I love about Moab and Canyonland specifically is they are parks that I would love to go back and just like go trailblaze and just go bushwhack and go find some cool stuff to look at. Um, because those parks are so wide open enough. But the highlight of the trip for me was actually Canyonlands. I'm wearing the hat right now, but it's just phenomenal. If you are looking for a national park to go to, add Canyonlands to the list. It's like 160 miles, square miles of just like, well, Canyonlands. And the views are spectacular. They are breathtaking. And the entire park is explorable. And there's so much to see in this park. We saw so many lizards. We saw a few snakes, like things like that. But there's also just like you can go down into the canyons and like do a bunch of rock climbing into the canyons, or like go in through a side entrance and drive the entire length of the White Rim Canyon, which is like 100 miles. It takes like 2 days to just drive this road. And yeah, it culminated with my dad and I. We did this pretty rigorous hike. I say rigorous; it was actually labeled as strenuous on all trails, but we didn't look into it until afterwards. And it was like 11 or 13 miles or something like that. And I actually got totally KO'd. Like I ran out of water. I was totally and thoroughly exhausted. There was a point where I was laying down on a rock in the shade because there was almost no shade on this entire trail. It was like 96 degrees. And I actually like fell asleep. I passed out. And then I came to a couple minutes later, and not a lot of time had passed, but it was scary. It was scary, but it was so cool. It was so cool to walk in those canyons, and just like go do some stuff that I was asking my dad. I was like, "Do you think that less than like 10,000 people have done this trail before?" And I think we probably did. Like there, with how many people visit that park and everything. I think with how strenuous that hike was, I think we're one of like 10,000 people to ever do it.
Oh
So
yeah, dude.
yeah, it was absolutely breathtaking. That was called the Sink Line Trail, in Canyonlands. But enough about that. There's
Well,
another.
hold on.
Oh, okay.
Unless, hold on. You say what you're. There's another.
Oh, I was
Say
just
that.
gonna move on to the next thing.
Oh, oh yeah. He's not telling you guys. He did not pass out. He got mauled by a tiger in the Moab wilderness.
True.
That's what happened there. He didn't tell you guys that, but I mean, I saw the pictures. He was dead, bro. This is literally his ghost. He's dead.
It's true. I'm a mystery school yet.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy he actually survived it though. Like he died, but he like survived it. It was crazy. It was
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, it's funny. My dad and I, when we were talking, because we did Quandary Peak. Actually, the last episode we talked about, my dad came out. We did Quandary Peak, a 14er out here in Colorado, and since then I've done another 14er, but that was fun. Anyway, when we did Quandary Peak, my dad got acute altitude sickness, and he had a moment where he had to just lay down and just like let nature take him for a little bit. So now we have a tally of how many times that we've died on the trail. And so I think he's up to just 1 or 2 at this point, and I'm up to like 5 just from that one hike. Because like we would go like the first half of the hike, it was completely fine, and then like the last half of the hike, we got to like class 4 scrambling up to like full on bouldering and rock climbing. where like I had to pin myself and like like almost American Ninja Warrior my way through these like rocks and stuff like that. It was so cool, but I was so exhausted. And so we'd go like half a mile or something, and then we'd find like one shady spot, and I'm like, Dad, I just gotta lay down for a second. Like I am so exhausted. So yeah, it was crazy. It was a really cool experience, but a dangerous experience nonetheless. So
I think you could say so.
yeah. So that was my near death experience. Braxton, I understand that you have watched a show that gave you a near death experience as well.
Um, yeah, do we want to go into this discussion immediately?
That
Let's freaking
that's
do it.
yeah, yeah. Like that's what people come here for, is to listen to me geek out about Cyberpunk Edgerunners.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, I watched Cyberpunk Edgerunners. I know we talked about it on, I think it was the pilot episode that I'd never finished the show. I got to episode 6 and then gave it up. But Caleb convinced me to watch it back, and I finished it this time. And holy fucking shit, that show is great, dude.
It's so good.
That show kicked ass. Oh my god. Um, I want to talk about like the art is fucking gorgeous. I would say the animation is a little bit choppy, but like the art itself, like it's probably just like not too many panels, right? But every time you pause the screen, it is fucking gorgeous. Like
Yeah.
every bit of compositing with the lighting, like the super dramatic, harsh lights on there, so good. I love all the different colors. I love the character designs. I love um the aesthetic of it all. It's so fucking good visually. Like it was a feast for the eyes the whole way through.
Yeah.
Um, I God, it's such a good show, man. The story was incredible. Um, I really enjoyed start to finish. I was locked in this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because I didn't think that you were gonna finish Edge Runners by the time that you've did this. By the time we did this show this time, but I actually took two of my friends through their first watch of Cyberpunk Edge Runners this month as well, and I wanted to watch it again just because I was like, I fell in love with the show, but I've only seen it once through, and I fell even more in love with it. Like
Yeah.
there are just so many little things, and with Cyberpunk 2077 being one of my favorite video games of all time, there's just a lot that like a lot of crossover with it. Like understanding the world of Cyberpunk makes Edge Runners like a lot better because one thing that I had to do when I took my friends through it is explain to them like the concept of corpos, and then also the like what an edge runner was, what a net runner was, like why when Lucy and Kiwi are talking to each other like they're stuttering, um and things like that. And it's one of those things that like I think you could watch the show without it and still get a decent understanding. You just might be like, oh, that's kind of odd. I wonder why that's a thing. But then, like, when you do have that deeper understanding, or like you play and like you see Adam Smasher, and then like you're watching Edge Runners, and you're like, that guy's trouble. That guy is
Yeah,
trouble.
that guy was staring at me through a wall. I've met
Exactly.
that guy before.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing is like I don't feel like you see him in only like action shots, and then like a few times where he's just standing there like fucking menacingly in Edge Runners. But then when you see him in 2077 and you walk right next to him and you just realize how much of a fucking Hulk that guy is, I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. How many times did you say your friends did in fact cry during that? Tears were spilled?
Yeah, 100%. I cried on my second play watch through.
Really, really.
Yeah,
You were.
dude.
I wanted to say I actually didn't,
Good for you.
believe it or not. I know I'm just so emotionally absent. No, there were two scenes that really almost got me. Um, the scene, I think it was episode 8. Um, where David kills the am I good to talk spoilers? Probably, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
If
good.
if you haven't watched Edgerunners, what are you doing? It's
Yeah,
going to
seriously.
in the same time that you can watch this show, you can watch Edgerunners. Is what I'm telling
True
you
that,
right
true
now.
that.
Like, go watch Edgerunners. Go watch it. Like, there will be as much nudity in this podcast as there is in Edgerunners.
That's not true.
But
That I know of at least. Shit.
yeah. Go watch Edgerunners. It's phenomenal. It's my favorite TV show of all time. It's Braxton's favorite TV show of all time at this point. Uh, but
You guys can't see. I just did a little smile there.
yeah.
It was
So,
really good. It's definitely up there for sure.
but yeah, we're gonna talk some spoilers and whatnot. The show's been out for 2.5 years at this point, so go watch it.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, the two scenes that really almost got me were in episode 8 when David kills the office lady.
Oh
And
yeah,
he sees the picture and realizes that that lady was just like his mom, and he essentially just like recreated his whole complex onto somebody else, another
hmm
innocent kid. Him like grappling with the guilt of that was just like that like really got me.
yeah,
Um, I don't know. That's like a it just does it for me when there's like a character who like confronts their guilt. That
yeah.
always gets me. Um, the other scene that almost got me was and this one was like really bad. This was like a fucking gut punch. Um, at the end of or like probably halfway actually through the finale, when they're on their way up to Arasaka Tower, and Rebecca like goes up to talk to David on top of the car,
Yep.
and he's like talking to his mom about how he's gonna go all the way up to the top of Arasaka Tower.
Yep.
And like he's talking to his mom, thinking Rebecca is his mom at that moment. And the little smile she gives him when she says like "Let's go, David," all the way to the top. Fucking oh my god, that's a
Yep.
gut
Yep.
punch, dude. The whoever did the facial animation there really killed it there. That whole scene was great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, oh my god, it was like the symbolism there where I guess that's not really symbolism, but yeah, she's like that's where she realizes like they're not running a gig. This is literally just his dying wish is to get up there. It like recontextualizes why they're doing what they're doing at that point.
Right. It's not a gig. It's literally just like his life at this point. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
gig was to get into the cyber skeleton, or
yeah, yeah,
go steal the cyber skeleton, and then they decided to go wreak havoc instead.
yeah, yeah. That whole scene is just fucking brutal. Um,
What I love
I
about that
also
as well is like when David and Adam Smasher fight, and David uses the Sandevistan, and then Adam Smasher uses it as well, and he's like, "You have one?" He's like, "Yeah, dude.
yeah,
It's like everybody has one of those." And David's like, "There's no fucking way."
yeah. No, I Adam Smasher was really cool. I got to give the credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
um, I fucking there was so much good visual storytelling. Like there is I think it's in the first episode. Yeah, it is when David and Lucy are like holding each other on the moon, like she's like looking into his eyes. Um, they paralleled that
Mm-hmm.
in the finale
Yep.
where he's like dipping in and out of psychosis and she's holding him and they're like spinning in circles in the finale.
Yeah.
Whoa, my webcam just went crazy there. Um, they're like spinning in circles, falling down. So it's like they're falling off of Arasaka Tower. His dreams are falling or whatever.
Yeah.
Or he's falling away from his dreams again. He reached them and now he's falling lower than before because he goes under the ground. Um, but I love that they took away all but his torso, right?
Yeah.
Like all of his limbs are gone. Because then, like, to talk to him, to reach him at all, to touch him, they're literally hugging him to talk to him. And that like that's really good visual storytelling. They had to be like super close to talk to him
Right.
properly. Um, I liked that. I liked that to put on the cyber skeleton, he has to ditch Gloria's jacket.
Right.
Um, because then it's kind of like he's abandoning the last of his mom's wishes for him.
And the last of his humanity, really.
Yeah, that was really what was keeping him tied to reality was the
Hmm.
jacket. So I think him dropping that was good symbolism there.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Um,
a ton of callbacks just in that one little scene alone because we counted because the Cyberpunk Edgerunners song "I Really Want to Stay at Your House" plays a total of 3 times in the show. It plays in the in episode 1, uh, or maybe this. No, it might be the end of episode 2 when they go to the moon. Like in the
episode 1, yeah.
yeah. And then it plays again as Lucy and David are falling from Arasaka Tower, and David's going through cyberpsychosis, and like Lucy's like holding his face, and he like comes to, and then there's the coveted line of Lucy saying like, "I just wanted you to live, like that's all I wanted for you is just to live," and then so it plays there. And so you have that parallel there, and then you have at the very end with Lucy on the moon, and it plays it
Yeah,
again when she's like having all these moments of like David doing stuff on the moon. Um,
yeah, that is a good sequence, man.
yeah,
Oh my god, the finale is so good.
yeah, it's
I, it,
yeah,
it was great. I have a one complaint with the finale,
yeah.
actually. Um, I don't like how they handled Rebecca's death. Like,
It is so extreme. It has become a like meme in the community with how like Rebecca. First of all, like Rebecca is not a main character up until like episode 7. She's just kind of like
yeah,
this
yeah.
gag character that's like always trying to sleep with David, all that other stuff. And she doesn't actually develop a personality until like episode 7 or so.
Mhm.
But it the creators of the show have said and everything, there are no happy endings in Night City. And I think that the way they handle Rebecca is exemplary of that. Where you know, uh, Lucy is back, and she and Rebecca's like, Lucy, I'm glad you're back for David's sake, blah blah, and then just Adam smashed like out
Yeah,
of
yeah. She
nowhere.
gets it. Okay, so that's where my complaint lies is that it's so sudden and then they don't dwell on it at all. Like effectively, her death was just so Adam Smasher could aura farm, which
It's not. It's
admittedly
not. It's
it
it
was
like
fucking sick.
it like the thing with edge runners. It like there is this moment where they talk about the cost that it would take to get to the moon, right? And I think it's something like 50,000 dollars, euro dollars. And when you play Cyberpunk 2077, you realize that 50,000 eddies is like nothing. Like you can make that in like 10 minutes. But what Edge Runners does that like maybe disconnects for some people is realize that these are like just street level like punks. These aren't heroes. Like Maine is like this crazy big dude, but like at the end of the day, he is like a tenth, maybe a hundredth of what Adam Smasher is, and Rebecca is even less than that. And so, like, the way they handle Rebecca getting Adam smashed is not just Aura Farm, but also just a reminder of how dire this situation is. Like, David is
No,
keeping up with Adam Smasher because he has Militech grade, like, a top secret fucking weapon strapped to his back at this point.
yeah, he's essentially a walking nuke.
Exactly.
But the only problem is he's going against two nukes. Um, but I think like I mean more as like an emotional beat. It doesn't land just because of how quickly they move past it. It's like a good scene,
Yeah.
and I especially love that them going through the ground into the lower part. Which, by the way, I've been in that building in 2077. Thought that was cool.
Yep.
Um, them going below the ground there is literally like David ended up below where he was when he started.
Yeah.
I love the symbolism there. I love that. Um, it was such a good finale. I really did like it. I it was really awesome the whole way through. I loved the storytelling. Um, my complaint the first time I watched it was really like it felt disjointed between episodes. I did not have that the second time through.
Hmm.
I don't know what I was on when I first watched it, but yeah, I had none of that complaint the second time.
And like the soundtrack of that show is just absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah.
Um, I own. I wish I actually grabbed it, but I own the vinyl of the Edgerunner soundtrack. And it's just like the OST. It's not like any of like the actual songs. The only actual real song on there is the title song, which is Franz Ferdinand's. I think it's called "On Fire." Um, but yeah, the music of it is phenomenal. Like you said, the animation and the artwork is just incredible. Studio Trigger is known for stuff like that, and it really captures the rawness and realness of Night City and the Cyberpunk universe. One thing that I didn't realize until my most recent playthrough of Cyberpunk 2077 is the true tragedy of the situation from the start. Because I think I was telling my guys this when we were watching it, but when David's mom Gloria dies, he takes her to a hospital, and uh, they say her condition is improving. She should be out in a couple days. Hopefully, her insurance covers it. Blah blah blah. And then later, he goes back, and they find out that she didn't make it. Well, when you go to that spot in 2077, you find out that that hospital is actually an organ harvesting plant trying to get people because everyone in Night City is so chromed up that there's not too many real organs running around. So they mask as a medical facility so that they can harvest organs from dead bodies and sell them on the black market. And so what ends up happening is David takes his mom to this place. They milk the insurance, and then when it runs out, they harvest her organs and then cremate her. And it's just so sad. Like from the
That's
beginning,
fucked up,
from
bro.
the jump, it's just like, what's going on here?
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah,
I was looking for it. I didn't realize you had to play the game to get that. I was like, because you mentioned it before, and I was like looking for it, and I didn't see anything there.
yeah. It's one of those like deeper kind of Night City things that like if you are familiar with the setting, like some of Edgerunners pops out a little bit more. Um, but then like the other thing is like the doctor, like the doc, the Ripper doc, like him just being a fucking horn dog, like for people that don't really know too much about the cyberpunk universe, don't really realize like that's just what everybody does. There's not too many people that like are, kind of David level of doing whatever, like not really touching that kind of stuff, not drinking fizzy soda, you know. So, yeah, it's a fantastic show. Really glad
Oh
that
yeah,
you finished it because it's phenomenal. What can I say?
yeah, seriously. I I think my favorite scene in the entire show was episode six's conclusion with Main's death.
when
Loved that.
Yeah, when he's looking down and it's
Yeah,
like one of the few times that his sunglasses are off and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he's smiling at David and he just says, "This is what you do, right, kid? You do fast. Now get out of
Yeah.
here." Like,
Yeah, no, I
oh my
loved
god.
that. The soundtrack during that, the whole like visual of like him running away from the explosion, the scream, it was beautiful. I did actually I had a question.
Yeah.
Because I didn't notice it was kind of a shock to me the first time. Maybe I would need to rewatch it again. Um where like you can tell David really cares about Maine, but it kind of took me off guard that David was the one who was able to, like, for Maine's sake here, David was the one who was able to pull him out of psychosis there.
So
Um,
so
because you
it's
never
not.
really have a,
Yeah.
sorry.
No, no, no. What I was gonna say is what you have is Maine has a partner, and I forget their name off the top of my head, but
It
um
sounded like Dorito. I think it's Dorio.
Dorio, yeah. And Maine kills her, kills them, and uh basically that snaps him out of cyberpsychosis long enough, and Maine realizes that this is kind of the end of the line for him, and he sees David, because at this point, like, they've been doing stuff for a couple months at this point together, and David is such a go-getter and so naive that, like, Maine has to take him under his wing. There's the whole scene with, like David calls, like, Maine and Dorio are having a moment, a capital M moment together, and David calls him and is like, "Yo, what's the move? Like, what are we doing?" And Maine's like, "I'm busy, like, like I got stuff to do." But then there's the whole montage of, like, David's training arc or whatever, and Maine telling David how to shoot a gun and stuff like that. And so Maine took him under his wing, and maybe it's not like a father figure kind of deal, but, like, in Maine's final moments, he has killed his lover. He has essentially fucked up the mission when he beat the shit out of Kiwi. And he knows that Max Tack is coming. He's done for. And he's like, if there's one thing that I can do right, it's get David the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's true. I just like I wish there was like two more scenes, like maybe 3 minutes total of main like caring for David, right? Like you just want like one scene where he's like sort of an I'm proud of you moment that David has, just like that main has,
Well, I think
where
I
he can
think
like
the thing is also kind of paralleled in the finale, where, like, David goes through moments of cyberpsychosis, but then he has a moment, like, a few moments with Rebecca, who, like, Rebecca is not a love interest. Rebecca is, like, just kind of a friend to David at this point, and,
yeah.
like, Rebecca can snap David out of cyberpsychosis for a little bit as well.
That's fair. You're right.
It's a trusted person. These are edge runners, and groups of edge runners are people that, like, have a lot of trust in each other.
True. Uh, I you know that now you're pointing that out. Holy stutter, Jesus Christ. You pointing that out made me realize that um, for a trusted person, they say I think it was episode 1. They say don't trust anybody. That's how you get killed in Night
And
City.
they say it
And
a
then
lot too.
every time somebody does something that like shows they trust them, they die immediately as a
Exactly.
result.
And there are no happy
That's
endings in
cool.
Night City, bro. There's no That's what makes following up this, like, Edge Runner season 2 is coming out soon, and I thought it was supposed to be coming out this month in June or in July, but it's actually it says fall 26. But they released the first couple minutes of the first episode. I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard that it is just, from everything that I've heard about it so far, it is just, like, right back to the carnage. Like, that the directors have even said, like, if you cried during Edge Runner season 1, prepare to bawl your eyes out. Like, I'm there.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
ready. I'm ready. There's a fucking Sasuke Uchiha character, like, right off the
Yeah,
bat.
I noticed that. I saw that on the posters, and it's like literally just Sasuke.
Yeah.
I hadn't
And
even watched Naruto, and I still recognize that.
yep. So, really looking forward to that. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about with Edge Runners? I could talk about Edge Runners all day. I will continue to talk about Edge Runners all day. But yeah.
For the sake of brevity. I don't think that's the right word. I think I just completely misused that. For the sake of keeping us in a reasonable time frame, I'd say uh, no, I don't have anything else to say. But I promise you, I will bring up Edge Runners again. I really like that
Well,
show.
and the other thing is, you said yesterday when we were hanging out, and that watching Edge Runners made you want to replay or play more of Cyberpunk 2077.
Yes,
And,
yes,
like,
it did.
I feel like it's just gonna come up. We're just gonna be talking, and it's gonna be like, yeah, and then I saw the fence that Lucy and David were hanging out by, like,
Yeah.
and it took me right back, bro. I started bawling my eyes out.
Yeah, man. No. I am definitely going to finish 2077. That made me really want to get back into it.
Yeah.
I heard, Caleb, that if I were to watch the show you recommended for me, um, you would finally finish uh, a little show that's near and dear to my heart.
Oh, we're just getting right back into pirates, huh?
Pirates, huh? Yes.
No,
Let's talk about superheroes.
I watched season 4 of Invincible. It was good. It was good. It's tough because um, I don't think Invincible will ever hold a candle to like how good Edgerunners is, at least for me. And so and so like coming off of a discussion about Edgerunners right to Invincible, I'm like, I don't want to be like, yeah, it was pretty decent. Like, go watch Edgerunners instead.
Fuck, why
But
did we do Edgerunners before we did Invincible?
yeah,
What the fuck?
no. One thing that just to start off this discussion, the storytelling and the way that they do the storytelling is incredible in season 4. I think that superhero shows and movies and everything don't let readers interpret what's happening. They just kind of like are like told. And I think this is incredibly exemplified by one of the, I think it's actually the last episode of the season where Mark finally gets home and it's his old house. And if you remember, before he left, his mom was actually going to be moving out. And so without like when I was watching it, I was like, okay, something's up here. There's definitely something up here because like they should be in a different house. And then later on, you find out that like his mom and his mom's boyfriend broke up and whatnot. But it's like a really interesting storytelling thing of like letting that little detail that like you kind of blink and you miss it almost, and you're like, wait a second, and then it tells you a little bit later. But I thought that was really interesting. As far as as far as the season as a whole goes, I don't think Invincible is a show that has story that lets story breathe. I think the story kind of comes between a bunch of action sequences, which is nothing wrong. Like, I'm watching Invincible for a superhero story. You don't want a bunch of like super powerful individuals talking about their feelings for 6 episodes straight. You do not want an Edgerunners in the Invincible universe. Um, and as far as that action goes, I think it's really interesting. You know, you have the beginning of the season where Mark is having trouble grasping with kind of like just how powerful he is and like how he can just like end a person's life like that. And he keeps having to resort to that ultimate means of nullification. And you see it come to a head when the what are the little Martian things called?
Which ones?
The pocket pussies.
Oh, the Sequids.
The Sequids, yes. So when the Sequids finally like invade Earth, and he has to kill the astronaut, which was set up in season 1, by the way, was set up in season 1, and he ends up having to just kill the guy to stop the Sequid invasion. And then you have moments where he like he like has to stop somebody and literally is like choking them out, and he like doesn't stop until like Oliver tells him like, hey, stop that man. So it's really interesting. And then you have the other side of the coin that comes later in the season when Mark is trying everything in his power to kill something, and he does end up killing Conquest, which, by the way, that was a fucking phenomenal phenomenal.
Love that sequence.
Yeah. Um, but and then then it comes to like the actual Viltrumite battles and stuff like that, and he's doing everything in his battle to kill these things, and he just can't. Like he
Yeah,
punches Thrag as hard as he can, and like nothing. Like um
and Thrag aura farms on him for it.
uh-huh.
Fate worse than death, if you ask me.
Another one of my favorite things about the season is the fake out that they do. One of the post credit scenes when it zooms in on Conquest's grave, and you're like, God damn it, not this fucking guy again. And nope, nothing
How?
happens.
Yeah, no, I love that scene. I really also like, speaking of Conquest's grave, that Conquest gets a grave. I don't know if that was in the comics where Nolan makes a grave for a fallen Viltrumite brother, but I thought that was like a really like compelling story beat. Is that like even though Nolan is fighting now for the sake of everybody else, he is still a Viltrumite at heart, and he's still like it's like it's still painful for him to see a Viltrumite die, and that he still wants to treat them with
Well,
respect.
yeah,
I
and
think he's a very nuanced character, and I really enjoyed that.
yeah, and I think that season 4, more than it being like Invincible, grappling with his own powers and stuff like that, this is an Omni Man season. Like
For
it
sure, for
is
sure.
it is Nolan coming to terms with the fact that like the Viltrumite Empire needs to be stopped. Grand Regent Thrag needs to be stopped. But like he doesn't want to see the Viltrumites eradicated. He doesn't want a genocide to occur. Like he
Hmm.
like for all
He's
intents
already
and
lived through
purposes,
two of those.
he sees the good in Viltrum, and the Viltrumites. They're just kind of misguided in a way. And he also sees like his sons are also Viltrumites, at least halfway. And so, like, you have a bunch of moments of like, what's the old guy? The guy who gets his fucking head just ripped off. Um,
Old guy who? Oh,
Thaddeus,
Thetis, Thetis.
Thaddeus, yeah, Thaddeus. Um, and Thaddeus is kind of like, oh, we need to stop them at all costs. Like it might involve killing you and your sons, but like it's for the better of the galaxy and stuff like that. And Nolan is constantly having these moments of like, I don't really want to do this. Like, I do not want to like destroy Viltrum. I
Yeah,
don't want to, and all that other stuff. I also love the kind of little space adventures they go on, like the like 2 episode or maybe even just 1 episode arc, where they're like going gathering super weapons and stuff like that, and
yeah.
Nolan has to go and like apologize to people or things like that. That was pretty fun. That was a good time.
Yeah, I liked that. I want to say, I think, um, season four has my favorite sequence in the entire show with the start. I think it was the start of episode two, where you can just see like the carnage that the scourge virus caused in Viltrum,
Mm-hmm.
and where like it's just like a silent sequence where they're like cutting through like the span of a week, and just the bodies are piling up, and um artistically making the ring of your planet all fucking
Dead
corpses
bodies.
is the coolest fucking thing
Yeah,
ever. It does not get cooler than that, dude.
yeah. I mean, like the stakes and everything, like everything that like just like Braxton, are you familiar with a TV network called Spike TV?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, so Spike TV was a TV network. It was basically it was marketed as TV for men, and it was like how many beers could you drink before you exploded? This is like a gun show. Like it did a documentary about gun shows. Had hot women doing hot things. Anyway, um, Invincible has moments like that where specifically around the Viltrumites, where they're just like these guys are super powerful and all they know is strength. They're basically what people think the Spartans are. like the
Honestly,
ancient
I'm not.
Spartans.
Yeah, I'm not sure because I haven't read the comics, but I would not be surprised if a huge theme Kirkman was going for when he wrote the comics and now he's doubling down on with the show is that like really really toxic masculinity. I really think that's what the
Oh,
Viltrum
I
Empire stands
100%,
for.
I 100% see that
And
because of like the way that Adam Eve and Mark's mom are both written to be very
yeah.
very strong female characters.
Hmm.
And in the case of Mark's mom, like doing like things as a regular person that rival that of superheroes, like yeah, 100%. I see this as like a positive, like positive positivity towards feminism while also addressing the toxic masculinity of man. Um,
Yeah. I
but
want to say that like I don't even think it's like toxic in like the way where it's exclusively toxic. I think it's like seriously society's views on how a man should be
mhm.
like toxic masculinity for men themselves and then also toxic masculinity, the toxic treatment of men in society. And I don't mean to sound like men have it worse than women because I mean everybody's got their own problems and arguably the women
Right.
have it worse in society. But I do think that it really is a nuanced study on at least for Viltrum is like a nuanced study on what being a man is like.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Uh,
Does that make me sound like a bum to say?
no, 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 no. I think it's I think it's an interesting parallel to draw. You know, it's one of those things that like when you're watching it, you just see like a bunch of carnage and like people being like that. But like when you take a step back, like yeah, you could definitely see the parallels towards being uh overly toxic and destroying everything you love around you, um like out of a rage or things like that. So I definitely understand that.
Okay, I'm glad. I didn't want to sound like a fucking like loser or like you know what I'm trying to say? Like
Yeah, well,
you know those
I don't
people
know,
on the internet?
is that Andrew Tate on your bookcase behind you?
Yeah. Um no, it's not. You know who that is, right?
No, I don't. I don't. If they're holding a ball, I don't know who they are.
Michael Jordan.
Oh, I don't know who that is. Um,
He plays football, right?
but yeah, kind of going back to what I was saying, I think that this season really kind of dials up those like Spike TV moments of like just overtly like masculine and just like dials it up to 11. Like Viltrum having a ring of dead bodies is just like it's so insane,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
The
Yeah, yeah.
the vortex punch that Thrag hits Omni Man with is just incredible, bro.
That shit's crazy. I also like that because it like really shows how far he is above everybody else.
Yeah. The one thing that I kind of was like, I'm not sure about is there. I understand comics kind of just have this problem in general, but like when you're trying to power scale something and you have a character like Thrag in the flashback saying like, "Oh, Thetis and I fought on the front lines together. He is like an equal to me," and then you see just like, no, Thrag is like the power, like half of the power of the Viltrumite Empire is just Thrag himself, and then the other 50 are like the other half.
Okay, I'm glad you bring this up. The power scaling in Invincible is fucking horrendous.
Yeah,
Um, Kirkman himself has said he does not care about it, and it shows
which is
in
cool,
the
like
series.
awesome, but
It's
like,
fine until Omni Man destroys an entire planet in one episode and then struggles to be a bug in
right?
season four.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, what's going on there, right?
yeah. Yeah. It's it's interesting because it's like I don't know, it's and then you have like three Viltrumites. Well, Mark being half a Viltrumite, like blowing up a whole planet.
Yeah, they do say on in season one that human DNA is like so compatible with Viltrum DNA that it's basically like he's just a pure blooded Viltrumite.
Yeah, yeah.
They do say that, but I agree that like it's a little strange.
Well, and then you have like, the fight with Conquest in the end of season 3, and Mark is just outclassed. And then you have the fight with Conquest in season 4, and Mark is just beating the ever loving shit out of Conquest. And yeah, like maybe there's some training that happened in the off season or whatever, but like it it lends itself to there's this thing in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure where like you don't know how something is going to happen because you don't understand the powers of the world at work. Like
Yeah.
somebody comes in, they're like, my stand power completely nullifies your stand power. You are just a base level human, and my stand is going to kill you. And then JoJo's like, yeah, but have you thought about it this way? And then he just eradicates
I
the
watch that
guy.
show.
Like, it's like,
I,
and so, like, you try to come in with this understanding of, like, okay, like, this is scary. Like, Mark has been taken away in this fight with Conquest, and Conquest has shown that he can beat the fuck out of Mark 10 times out of 10. And so, and then you see Mark start winning, and you're like, okay. And so you kind of just turn off your brain at points, and
I think
you just like are like, this is a cool action scene. I'm not going to think too hard about this.
I think what you're missing, maybe not missing, that came off the wrong way. Um, but in season 3 when he fights Conquest, he's obviously I'm biased toward the show, so I'm gonna defend it
Yeah, yeah,
by any
yeah.
means necessary, right? In season 3 when he fights Conquest, he's not fighting to kill him. Like he doesn't decide until Conquest essentially kills Eve that he's gonna kill Conquest. The moment he sees Conquest in season 4, he wants blood. Like all he wants to do is kill him. It's a huge mindset switch
Okay.
between the two seasons because of like his mental state between the seasons is like way worse, and he realizes that killing people is sometimes the only way. So I think that's why it's so different this time around, and season four's is because he wants nothing more than to kill Conquest. That is the only thing he wants.
Right. Okay.
He's
I,
not
I
fighting
can
to
see
protect
that.
anybody. He's only fighting to kill Conquest.
Okay. I can understand that. The what's it called on the fucking Who Would Win subreddit? Bloodlusted.
Yeah, yeah. That's the power scaling term for it. Is bloodlusted. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, yeah, and I think for the most part, like Invincible does do a decent job. Invincible, the show, not necessarily Invincible Mark Grayson, but doing a good job at like the characters that are necessarily street level, like not having like random gimmicks that like stop somebody like Omni Man or something like that. Like for the most part, you have like your upper echelon of heavy hitters that are like all pretty equal, and then you have Thrag above all of them.
Mhm. Yeah.
um, but like, and it makes it really cool to see. The other thing I really love about Invincible is it sets up all these little breadcrumbs um, that come back in certain ways. Like I said earlier, with the Sequids being established in season 1, you have the fucking time traveling aliens that come back in the middle of the season that have like further established. So like you have all these like storylines going on where you have Mark Grayson Invincible like through it all, and then him interacting with these other storylines that are happening kind of in the same vein. Like with these time traveling aliens finally coming back after being in season 1, and then now they're in season 4 randomly. Um, you have Doc Seismic coming back every once in a while. You have the demon guy, Damien Darkblood.
I, yeah. How did you feel about that episode actually?
I loved it. I actually I thought it was really interesting. Like it was just kind of a side quest. Um but I really liked the dialogue specifically when Damien Darkblood and Invincible are going down into that really dark hole. Um I forget exactly. I just remember I was
Controversial
really
scene.
taken. I was really taken aback by like the stuff that was being said. Um, and yeah, I really liked it. I like that Satan is just kind of a fucking jock.
Yeah, yeah. See, that I think that's why people say that's a controversial episode. Is it's the lowest rated in the show, if you didn't know,
Oh, interesting.
in the entire series. And I assume it's probably because Christians seeing the show and being like, Satan's a good guy. Like, like I would be a little bit bothered by that if I were a religious man too, right? Or not even like bothered, but like polarized maybe is the right word, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
I
but
kind of don't
I think it was
find.
a fun episode. I liked it.
Yeah, I don't really have any empathy for that because like this is not revolutionary. There's never like there
We've been
you
doing
cannot
Lucifer
make
stories
yeah,
for
you cannot make a original piece where Satan is somehow the good guy in the year of our Lord 2026 at all. Like there have
yeah,
just
we've
been
been doing
so
that
many
for decades.
exactly. Like there are so many stories of Jesus Christ being a bad guy and Satan being a good guy. You know,
See, this is why I say Invincible fans hate their own show.
there,
It's because they always find something to complain about.
yeah, I don't know. So here's the thing, right? When I watch Invincible, I'm not watching it to be blown away by a incredibly compelling story or anything like that. I think it has moments where it hits greatness. I think when they're flying down into that hole and Damien Darkblood talks about good and evil and things like that, I think that is an incredibly compelling spot of dialogue that is really cool and thought provoking for everybody involved. I think that's amazing. I'm not watching the show for that. And so, like, if I
Well,
don't get that, I'm not going to be upset by that. When it happens, I'm like, oh, this is really cool. I'm watching Invincible because I want to see fucking Battle Beast fight somebody. And that is my biggest complaint about the season is that they did that guy so fucking dirty.
get thrown off in space again. Yeah, seriously.
Because
Missed opportunity,
I
man.
want to see Battle Beast fight some fucking Viltrumites.
There will be a time. Don't even worry. Um, I that's one of the few spoilers I have for the show, for the comics, is that there will be a time. Um,
Like at this point,
but
they have to make it. It's either they cannot have him win. It has to be like this entire buildup for the entire show. He gets to fight a Viltrumite and he gets like one shot.
that would be awesome. Um,
Or they just keep the gag going where he never gets to fight a Viltrumite because something comes up.
because he gets thrown off in space again, one more
Exactly.
time. I don't know if you knew, he has his own spin-off comic
Oh, does he?
by Kirkman. Yes, by Kirkman, illustrated by Otley, the same guy that did um the comics for
Mm-hmm.
like the main Invincible comics. Um, there is a Battle Beast spin-off. Um, and the whole crux of it is that he is on a quest to find a worthy death.
Right,
Because
right.
his whole thing is he wants to find somebody who can give him a fight that will he I don't know because I haven't read it. I think he just wants to die. Like I think he wants to die. I think he likes fighting so much that he just wants to die in a fight.
Yeah.
That's his form of heaven
You know,
is
uh,
losing a fight because it means they were stronger than him and he
it
needs to
reminds
defeat
me.
them.
It reminds me, and sorry to bring up a controversial game here, but there's this character in League of Legends. His name's Olaf, and his destiny is that he will die of old age. But he is a warrior, and so he is super upset by the fact that he is destined to not die in
That's a
battle. That
great that's a great character concept.
yeah, so he's so upset that he is not going to die in battle that he throws himself into increasingly more dangerous situations because he's looking to die in battle.
Dude,
And
I love that. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. So that's what
What
it
a good
reminded me
character
of.
motivation. I One more thing about Battle Beast. What a missed opportunity to not give Mark and Battle Beast a conversation, even just like a single scene where they talk about like
Hey,
Remember,
you fucking
remember
almost killed
Machine
me.
Head's tower?
Yeah.
Remember when you collapsed my chest? That I feel like that would have gone a long way in the show, and who knows, maybe they'll do it in a later season if Mark and Battle Beast ever meet again. I don't know if they do, but I would love to see that.
Yeah. There
It
was
was it was
a
a missed
point where
opportunity.
oh, what's the fucking one-eyed guy's name?
Alan,
Alan the alien. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the little girl, which by the way, not really a fan of her character whatsoever. The girl that has like the armor and everything.
tech check it.
Yeah, not really a fan of her character. But where they're like sitting there eating, and then like Battle Beast is like, I want my last meal to be my guts as I'm bleeding out. Like, like
I love Battle Beast. He's so
yeah,
funny,
he's
dude.
so
This
good.
is I what you were saying about men, like this is just a show for men, for boys, beer, blood, and
Yeah.
guns. Um, Battle Beast is like the embodiment of that, dude.
Oh,
He's like,
when
if
when
Hell
I
Yeah was a character.
exactly when I say like Spike TV, I watch Spike TV, bro. Like I watch that shit.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'm a guy who goes on the weekends, puts a suit of armor on, and throws other people wearing suits of armor on around. I
yeah. It's kind
fucking
of your
love
shit,
some masculine shit. Like I love some
dude.
shit that
Yeah,
really reinforces my gender identity.
bro. That's how is that actually when you're in battle? Do you be like in your helmet like to yourself? Hell yeah, this is awesome! Like as you're throwing some guy down.
Uh, no, I think of what a wise man once said, which is, I want my last meal to be my blood and guts.
You make a good point here. You make a compelling argument.
Okay, so the thing is, 90% of the time I'm in the suit of armor, it's in practice, and you know,
Mm.
we practice to bubblegum like Katy Perry pop, and so that's usually what's
Really?
going on in my head is California
Dude, that's
Girls.
fucking sick. You're listening to 2010's White Girl Bangers?
Exactly.
Hell yeah, bro.
So
That's fucking
that's
sick.
kind of what's going. And then the other time, it's like, I mean, you've played sports, you know, like when you're actually in the moment, like you're not really thinking about other things. Like I am focused
Yeah, you
on
make a good point.
like beating the shit out of this other dude.
I suppose yeah, you are focused on the goal and not the moment
Yeah.
in sports. I it's been a while since I played soccer. I could have
Now,
been
don't
in
get
high
me
school.
wrong. Outside of
Played
competition,
doubles.
when I'm walking around with my helmet off in the middle of a Renaissance fair, bro, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. There's this song that was the theme song for Blue Mountain State called Hell Yeah. It's that. It's like,
The whole
give me a
time.
hell, give me a yeah, hell yeah.
You just it's going through your head the whole time.
100%.
Don't even need a Neuralink. It's just already there.
Yeah. It's just,
That's awesome. One more thing, if
yeah.
you don't mind. I feel like we're wrapping up the Invincible conversation soon. Um, for somebody who's watching the show for the superheroes fighting, how did you feel about the finale of season 4?
Oh, I mean, here's the thing. I think Invincible and The Boys, you know, I think people draw a parallel between those two shows because they came out at a similar time. They're both uh, prime shows, things like that. They all do the like, what if Superman was evil kind of thing. Um, are thinking man's superhero shows. I know that that's kind of like a derogatory term for those shows, but like as much as like I'm watching Invincible for superheroes fighting each other. I appreciate when it slows down and really comes to. I think Invincible does this really cool thing where he is half superhero, half human, and he deals with a lot of the bullshit that humans do. And I think Invincible is at the show is at its best when it's Mark doing kid things, doing adult things. You know, the fucking what's the name of that song? Feel It by David. When that plays in season 2, like that is a really cool scene, all things considered, despite David being a fucking horrible monster.
Yeah, it's the song is unfortunately a major banger
It
coming
is.
from a minor banger.
It is. There's no way you came up with
That
that off the top of your head.
no, I didn't. I found it on TikTok. I wish, bro. I wish I was that smart.
but but yeah, it's like that is some of the coolest part. So the entire end of the season, I loved it. I loved all the fight scenes. I loved all that other stuff that was before it. But the ending is really cool. And when you contrast it with the end of season 3, where it was the conquest battle, which in itself was just phenomenal. I think it was probably the best episode of the show up to that point. Um, I don't know. Actually, the end of season 1 was, I mean, that's an all time
Yeah,
great right there.
season 1 finale is phenomenal.
Yeah, but like the end of season 4 being how it is, like I really love that, and it sets the stakes. Like it is really cool. Like the Rag's like, well, we could take all of Earth down with us, or you just let us live here, man. Like that's kind of
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
Like I
I
think that's
love it as
really
a
cool.
cliffhanger. I'm really upset that I have to wait a year for the next. You
Yeah.
know,
I've been waiting for
like
Cyberpunk Edgerunners season 2 for. Well, actually, I only watched it for the first time like 7 months ago. So.
what?
Yeah.
So
I
you've been hyping it up this whole time, and like there was a point where I knew you where you hadn't seen
No.
Edgerunners.
Okay. It's actually probably been closer to about a year now. It was like
Okay, I was gonna say
slightly
like what the
before we
fuck.
met. Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Because yeah, I just watched it on like a my ex girlfriend was like, "Hey, you should watch this movie," and it was on Netflix, and so I got a Netflix membership, and I was like, "Oh, I've been meaning to watch Edge Runners. Like, I'll do that."
And you were
So
fucking gutted, and you regretted it instantly.
no, but I did watch it over the course of like 3 days, and I remember the last like I was watching like 2 episodes at a time, and then like right when Maine died, I was like, "Oh, I'm gripped," and then it was like, "All right, well, I'm just gonna marathon the rest of the show tonight."
You were locked in from that point forward.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
But yeah, for everything that I've said about like it's difficult to compare like Invincible to Edgerunners because I think they're doing two different things. I think I definitely really enjoyed season 4 of Invincible. Um and like it's interesting because I watched season 1 when it came out, and then I took a break, and then I watched seasons 2 and 3 shortly after I met you.
Yeah.
Um but this is the first one since season 1 that I've caught like as it's part of the zeitgeist. Um, so it's interesting for that because I marathon through seasons 2 and 3. But I think season 4 is like, if not the best, it's second best compared to season 1 of Invincible.
Say that's fair.
Yeah.
I would say that's fair.
Um,
Yeah, I was a big fan of season 4. I can't wait for season 5. Oh my god.
yeah. And like, for all the things I've said, like, oh, it's not, it's like turn your brain off, kind of watch it, whatever. I still think it's like a decent like 8 out of 10 show for me. Like I still think it's an upper echelon of like good TV that's out there.
Did you know that um on IMDb the season 3 finale of Invincible is I think still the highest rated episode of any show on the entire platform?
Really,
Yes,
there's
at
no
least
way.
when it first came out,
There's
it dethroned Ozymandias by or from Breaking Bad.
there's
I
no
don't know if
way
it's
that
still
see
ranked
that
above it.
that episode 3 of The Last of Us is not, because that is probably
Should I
the
watch The Last
best.
of Us?
Uh, I mean, you can.
I heard the season 2 sucked.
I didn't watch
Season
season
1 was
2, but I watched season 1, and it was pretty all right.
mm,
I don't know. I'm just like I'm not really a fan of that like universe. But season
fair.
episode 3 is like it's an all time great. I think uh if you're gonna watch it for episode 3 specifically.
Fair enough.
Also
Maybe I
has
will
Pedro
watch season 3
Pascal
then.
in it, which is fun.
Not opposed to watching Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
Like him as an
So
actor.
um yeah, not to foreshadow our recommendations or anything, but you might be watching it regardless.
Pedro Pascal project. Huh. All right.
But yeah,
Go on.
that's Invincible. That's Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Finally, the long ado conversation about those shows.
Seriously, I want you guys to know, everybody watching this, I've been wanting to have this conversation with Caleb for like straight up 3 months. And he keeps saying, put it out for the show, put it out for the show, we'll do it on the show. And then he was like, oh, I didn't finish season 4. We were gonna have to do it next episode. And finally it's happened. I'm glad we had this conversation. I couldn't wait for this one.
Yeah, yeah. And I definitely do not have the adoration for Invincible that you do, but like I respect the shit out of the show. I call myself a fan of it. I'm just not a mega fan, you know. I'm not like how I feel about Zoolander is how you feel about Invincible. And I know that to be fact because you rewatch Invincible.
I only rewatched it once. It's not a bazillion times like you. I'm not rewatching it multiple times a week.
I, I'm on
Yes,
my
you did.
third viewing of the day, actually.
It's 11:46 a.m. at the time of recording. You got some time to watch it a couple more times, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Watch it in traffic.
Hell yeah, dude. Watch it out of traffic, bro. On the open road. Got
So
Zoolander bumping.
I think we want to end off our updates here with your little trip to Elitch Gardens and maybe a music album that came out recently. Do you want to take us away here?
Um,
This was a
yeah,
bad
let's
day
start
to
off
be
with Olivia
Braxton. Or
Rodrigo.
this was a bad month to
No,
be
no, 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 no,
Braxton.
no, no, no. It was a good month and a bad month. There was the good and the bad. I'll give you the good first. Olivia Rodrigo dropped. Freaking love Olivia Rodrigo. If you guys watched, I think it's the pilot episode. I said that she's one of my favorite artists of all time,
Hmm.
and she dropped an album, and I really liked it. I listened to it twice, and yeah, it was a good album. But for the bad,
I might
Caleb
review
and
it for
I,
the channel, so keep an eye out for that.
that'd be fun. That'd be fun. For the bad, Caleb and I went to Elitch Gardens the other day.
True.
By the other day, I mean like
3 weeks ago.
a couple other days ago. Um, we went to Elitch Gardens, and the whole time I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna ride all
Oh,
the
he
rides. We're gonna
talked.
have
He
fun. We're
talked
gonna be
such a
here.
big game.
Yeah, we're gonna be here until close. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna get fucking funnel cakes, and we're gonna have a blast at Elitch's." Um, I rode 3 rides, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna throw up." I had to sit out the fourth, and we rode like 2 more after that, and we finished the fucking little like boat swingy thing. I did all the thrill rides, like all the big thrill rides, by the way. Um, we get to like the little boat swinging back and forth ride, and we're like at the top, and I'm like, oh fuck, this is bad. I like genuinely scared that I was going to puke all over everybody in the ride, and I like I was starting to think about how the rest of the day would look after I puked on everybody. Type bad. Like I was genuinely afraid that this was gonna happen. We got off the ride, and I like stumbled off, and Caleb's like, "You look bad. Let's sit down for a bit." And we got the fucking Dippin' Dots. We got Dr. Pepper Dippin' Dots. For by the way, they were not, fortunately, but we got Dr. Pepper Dippin' Dots and just chilled around for like I want to say what like 20-30 minutes.
Yeah, probably like 10.
Oh, time was spinning for me. My head
Yeah.
was spinning. We did that, and then we went to a water ride, and I was like, "I'm so sorry. I can't do this no more." We had to leave. It was such a bummer, dude. Because I like seriously, I was we were hyping this up for the better
Weeks,
half
a
of a month.
month.
Yeah,
Yeah, months.
yeah. We've been hyping this up for a while. We get there, and we left at what, like 12?
Yeah, it's
Something
probably
like that.
like 1:30 or so, and then we got Raising Canes, and
I mean, the
I.
Canes was bomb, by the way. Let's talk about that. That was the best Canes I've ever had. It was gas, dude.
Yeah, this
And then I
this
felt
man
like
this
I
man
felt
loves Raising Canes.
I could fuck up a box combo, no slot, extra toast, extra sauce. But I got home after that trip, and the rest of the day was just spent staring at the ceiling, laying on my couch, like, oh my god, I better not throw up. Like, it was bad.
Yeah.
I felt very, very ill after that. But it was still a fun day. I appreciate this guy Caleb for taking me. It was awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's fun. It was a good time. Like I said there, and I'll say it even on the air. You know, I get in for free. I have the season pass. Like I've already gotten my money's worth out of it. So, you know, going in there, having a half day, and like I got to ride some new rides, and stuff like that. It was a fun time. I had a good time. So, um, yeah, it was just really funny, the dichotomy of like, yeah, dude, I as long as it doesn't spin in a circle, bro, I can do. I'm there. I'm beating it up. And then like immediately after the first ride, you were like, oh, my stomach does not like this.
Yeah, I am far past my prime on roller coasters. Like 10-year-old me was going crazy at Elitch's, bro. I could have done a whole day at
Which
at
also
Elitch.
which also scares me because I am taking you skydiving at some point, and it really scares me because if you can't handle a roller coaster, I do not know how you're gonna handle skydiving.
No, the problem with the roller coasters is not the drop or the fear of it. It's the moving back and forth. It's the G's. It's like I cannot do. I get super motion sick, so falling in a straight line will be fine.
I hope
I
so. I hope so for your sake, because if you
for
throw
for
up
the guy I'm
on,
strapped to for their
yeah,
sake, that that would be an issue.
exactly.
Sorry, man. Didn't mean to do that.
So
Puke
so
all over the guide.
so just to reiterate what your month looked like: cutting your hand open, throwing up at Elitch Gardens, crying at Edgerunners, and then Olivia Rodrigo's album.
Yes, and I moved actually. You guys, if anybody's been paying attention to my backdrop, it's new now. It's not fully set up. But I did move,
Yeah.
so that's cool.
So yeah, is the Elden Ring um statue still like right behind your monitor? Oh, there it is.
What are you talking about? My Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree Collector's Edition 17-inch vinyl statue of Mesmer the Impaler? Yes, it is.
No, you don't need to be up here. Um, yeah. So that's the updates. You know, we're sitting at a casual almost 2 hours of recording. That's fun.
Damn, already? Holy shit.
Yeah. I mean, we said it. We said we're gonna be doing this for a little bit. The Edgerunners
Sure,
and
we did
Invincible talk
decide this was
was
gonna be a long episode.
yeah. So let's
We
get
haven't
into
even gotten to any of the other stuff yet. That was like the opening act right there.
yeah.
We've already been in it for like an hour and a half.
Um, but yeah. So kind of moving on here. Hello, Momo.
I'm Emma.
Um, Braxton, what's your Mount Rushmore of pizza toppings?
Oh, we're doing the Mount Rushmore first? Okay.
Yeah, so we always do the Mount Rushmore first.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot.
Yeah, you're a fake fan. You don't watch the show.
It's that's not true. I have watched every episode. The reason I forgot, Caleb, is because we're recording a day late. A day or two late.
Way more than a day, like a week and a half late.
Possibly. You could say that. Time is relative. Hello, Memo. My Mount Rushmore. I first of all, I want to say this is a terrible Mount Rushmore because my favorite pizza is just a cheese pizza.
Same.
Hey, good take, bro. Good take. But cream cheese on there, gas.
Interesting.
Pesto, gas.
Could have seen that coming.
Everybody I work with knows I fucking love pesto. That's like my favorite shit ever. It's flowing through my veins as we speak. Actually, I don't have pesto.
I have 4
pineapple?
macarons flowing through my veins.
We got a fuckload of those after work yesterday. I pineapple. How are we feeling about pineapple on pizza?
I think it's you know, you talked about millennial humor a lot yesterday. I think getting outraged at pineapple on pizza is such a millennial take.
You know what? Yeah, I think you're right. Actually, maybe not millennial take, but it's definitely the viral opinion.
I think caring about pineapple on pizza whatsoever, like either having strong opinions either way, is such a like my best friend. He makes a point to always say like, "Oh, I want extra pineapple." Like it's a controversial opinion. Like, no, bro, you're fucking putting that in your gut. And you're shitting it out. Nobody gives a fuck.
Yo, it's just calories, dog.
I fucking love pineapple. Don't get me wrong, but like, You're not brave for wanting pineapple on your pizza, bro.
You're no trailblazer. That's funny. Um, and my last ingredient here is freaking jalapenos, like pickled or non-pickled jalapenos.
Oh yeah.
Love those on a pizza. And I don't know if you've noticed, outside of the pesto, I've literally just named a Hawaiian pizza.
Is cream
Like,
cheese on a Hawaiian pizza? Is it
sometimes.
Hawaiian is Canadian bacon and pineapple? What?
And jalapeno
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Um, at least it's a pizza place from my hometown, Greeley. Very local restaurant called Roma's, and they're Hawaiian. Actually, we should go to Roma's sometime. That place is fucking gas. If you're ever down to make another trip to Greeley while I'm there, we're hitting Roma's up because that place is really good.
Okay.
Um, but they have a Hawaiian pizza there, and it's got cream cheese, pineapple, jalapeno, and Canadian bacon on it. So I basically just named the Roma's pizza Hawaiian because that's the only other pizza I really enjoy as much as cheese.
um, I kind of go in between like cheese and pepperoni, like as like my go-tos. Like I will have a bunch of cheese pizza, and then I'm like, I kind of want just like a little bit of something on there, so I'll do pepperoni for a couple times, and then bounce
Yeah,
between them.
that's fair.
But yeah, I mean, like you said, this is kind of a basic one. I have such basic taste when it comes to pizza. Like I don't really care about what's about throwing on some crazy stuff on there. So like for me, it's pepperoni, it's Canadian bacon, it's regular bacon sometimes too. Black olives is probably the craziest thing that I'll put on there. Like I love black
Holy,
olives. And as my last one, I gotta go with stuffed crust. It's not really a topping, but like if
yeah,
you
I'd allow it.
if you send me an email, if you're a pizza company and you send me an email with like, hey, do we have a deal on stuffed crust? I'm 100% buying your pizza that day.
You're already there.
Yeah. But I'm also just not somebody that like I stay away from like a lot of topping pizzas. Like I don't even like putting like if I have a deal that gives me 3 topping pizzas, like I'm a little uneasy about that. Like it's usually like pepperonis, Canadian bacon, and regular bacon. But like I'm somebody that's like I tap out at two toppings. A margarita pizza scares the shit out of me. A combo pizza scares the shit out of me. A meat lovers pizza scares the shit out of me. It's too many flavors
I think
going
a
on.
meat lover's pizza should scare the shit out of anybody, bro.
Yeah. So
That's too much meat, Big Mac.
so um yeah, I'm very much like I will order 1, 2 toppings if I'm feeling crazy. Um but yeah, this cat is all over me right now.
I've been seeing that, dude. He's climbing on you like
Yeah.
crazy.
So um but yeah, that's pizza. You have any hot takes about pizza? What's like the craziest topping that like you think somebody should be jailed for putting on a pizza?
Ranch. Fucking hate it. Well, actually, it could be just because I hate Hidden Valley Ranch specifically, and that's the only ranch I've had on pizza. But oh my god, people who drown their pizza in ranch, they make me sick.
Have you ever had the Red Robin Ranch? I've heard really good things about it.
No. Have you ever had the Wing Shack Ranch?
No, I don't like ranch.
That's your problem. The Wing Shack Ranch is really fucking good. I've never had the Red Robin Ranch though. Maybe I
Oh,
would like it on a pizza. Who knows? Now that I'm saying this, I'm realizing that maybe it's just I've put bad ranch on pizza.
well, maybe you just like or you hate bad ranch.
Oh, I do. No, that is definitely the truth. I fucking despise Hidden Valley.
It's like oh, what's the worst topping you put on pizza? Literal shit. Like yeah, I mean that kind of
Yeah,
makes sense.
I don't really want that on my pizza, honestly. Now,
um,
I honestly, if I was given an empty salad, I would eat it sooner than a salad with ranch in it, with Hidden Valley Ranch.
same.
That shit is awful, bro.
Um, Zach and I we did an SCPod episode where we talked about pizza, and uh, he informed me that there are places, I think he said in the South, that they put mayonnaise on pizza,
Ew, what the fuck?
and I think that's jailable.
That's a terrible ingredient to put on a pizza. What are we doing? That's disgusting.
That's what
That's
I'm saying.
actually gross, bro. That is actually I hate mayo, but that is actually gross. Like, where as a replacement for the sauce, or
No,
like
like
just a glob of mayo on the fucking top?
yeah. Kind of like what you said with cream cheese.
Ew,
Like, yeah,
ew, man, that's gross.
it's what can I say? Other than mayonnaise is the sauce of the aristocrats.
Can I change my answer on this question to mayo?
Yeah.
Can I pivot from ranch to mayo? I didn't
Yeah.
even know that was a possibility.
So, yeah, that's about Rushmore. Like I said, not too interesting this month. We'll have a Braxton's picking the one next month, so he'll come up
It'll
based
inevitably
off
be some
of,
bullshit.
well, all the ones like your interview questions and stuff, like minus the AJR question to begin with. Um, all yours are like
That's a good one.
almost too much, like too
A
much
little bit more, a
discussion.
little bit more thought provoking.
Yeah. So, moving on, every month we write an interview question for each other. We give it to each other ahead of time so that we can actually think on it. Braxton, what's your favorite SpongeBob meme or
Oh, I'm glad
reaction
you just asked because
photo? Or
I flipped to my next page in my notes here,
did you
and
draw it?
I did, as a matter of fact,
Hell
and I'll
yeah!
show you this. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but this is
No.
my favorite SpongeBob meme image. I love that picture. It's so funny. It's like people spam that in TikTok comment sections with the images feature.
Yeah.
They just that's it's a much newer one, but it's just saying somebody drives like a maniac, basically. And it's so fucking funny. I love that picture.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, I think there's so many good ones. A lot of times I'll send in my buddy's group chat, the one of Squidward looking outside. That one's a certified classic. The one of him looking outside to SpongeBob and Patrick playing.
Oh yeah.
Um, but I've also really he's stepping on my headphone cord. There we go. Um, but I've also started saying firmly grasp it a lot more recently. That one's a good one. But my favorite for sure has got to be SpongeGar. SpongeGar is from the prehistoric SpongeBob episode.
Oh. Oh.
And it's like SpongeBob like doing this kind of thing.
Yeah.
That one's really good. That was like a
It's
meme of
got
the
the
month
Homer
back in like,
Simpson,
yeah, it's like
the Homer
meme of the
Simpson
month
mouth.
back in like 2015 or something like that.
I remember
Uh,
that.
yeah, so that was a good one. I enjoyed that
It
one.
was not before my time. I've enjoyed that back in its prime.
Yeah, back in his prime, back when you were like 8.
Hey, I was not 8. I was like 10. Get it right,
That's
bro.
that's impressive. That's impressive.
I know, right? I have a question for you, Caleb.
Yeah.
And you were just dogging on me for having questions that are perhaps a little bit too much here. Um, what is your favorite scene in any movie or show?
So I have a list of 6 here that I want to go over.
6.
But I have my ultimate one. But I wanted to
Okay.
tell you about how I narrowed this down. The first one I think would end up in your honorable mentions. The Daredevil hallway fight scene.
Yep.
As somebody that's
It is
been
in my honorable mentions.
as somebody that's been rewatching Daredevil the last couple of weeks, um, I forgot just how brilliant that shot is because it's one continuous shot. I forgot it's one continuous shot, and the camera is stationary except it rotates, and it's one continuous shot for like 2.5 minutes. Um, and it's so impressive. The cinematography is incredible. The blocking is incredible. Like the choreography is really good, obviously. Um, yeah, it's there's a reason people bring it up, right? It's
Yeah.
low hanging fruit.
That's
I knew
the
you were
fight
going to,
scene.
yeah, I knew you were going to bring it up, so I had to bring it up first. Because now I'm the original one, not you. Um, the other one, you knew I was going to bring up Zoolander at some point. Um, and my Zoolander entry is actually the funeral scene right after the freak gasoline fight accident. Um, and it's because
They were like
like
brothers to me.
it's like 2.5 minutes, but it is some of the most banger jokes in the entire movie. First of all, you have the you googly, You know, or did you not know? Did you not think I knew what a ugoogly was? Like banger. You have like Braxton just referenced. You have they were like brothers to me, but not like real brothers, but like how black people say it, which I think means more. Which is just.
Fucking love that quote. That's my favorite one from the movie, hands down.
And then you have when Hansel shows up to the funeral and the funeral music stops and he puts on like a fucking mixtape and just like Hansel comes in and like sits down. It's just so outright. Like, why is that a thing?
It's I love that movie, man.
So, yeah, it's close second is obviously what is this, a school for ants? This needs to be at least 3 times bigger. Like,
God, God, I need to rewatch Zoolander. I fucking love that movie, dude. It's so stupid. This is a school for ants.
Yep, yep. The next entry I have is from Interstellar. You haven't seen Interstellar, so you're not gonna know this scene. But there's a scene where they play with the sound of it a lot, where part of it is like recorded, supposed to be outside of the space station, and it's completely silent until an explosion happens, and it's like super loud because there's no sound in space. Um, so if people know and have seen Interstellar, they'll know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of really cool spots in Interstellar, but none of them are like scenes. It's like shots, more like.
Mm.
Yeah.
I still
Oh,
can't get over how they. Sorry.
no, go ahead.
I can't get over how they. Interstellar was the first. Or like they discovered how black holes would actually look in real life
Yeah,
while
yeah,
making
yeah.
Interstellar. That's
Uh,
fucking nuts to me.
it's not that they made discoveries about black holes by simulating a black hole, and
Yeah.
the budget of Interstellar was enough that they were able to do actual research off of it. So, um, all of Edgerunners season 10 or episode 10, like I just it's all there.
A little bit more than a scene. There's a
Yeah,
couple of those.
yeah. There's this movie. This is actually the movie that my ex recommended to me that made me get a Netflix membership again. It's called Don't Look Up. It's Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence, and it's very timely because it deals with like a meteor that is going to hit Earth, and like the president is like, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. And so
That
the
is
the
timely.
tagline "Don't Look Up" is like that president like being like, it don't look up, there's nothing going on. And it ends with the ending of it. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody that wants to watch it. Go watch it. It's a damn good show actually. um but the ending of it has this scene, um and it's incredible. It was just like my jaw hit the floor. But the ultimate favorite scene from a TV show or movie is actually from Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. Braxton, you haven't seen it yet.
No spoilers, please.
I won't. But there is a fight scene, and it makes the Daredevil hallway scene look like child's play. It looks like something like I would draw. Um,
Goodness.
it is incredible. And here's the thing with why the Shibuya incident, which is the latter half of season 2, is so incredible, is it is all gas, no brakes. It is like 6 episodes in a row of like characters fighting, and it just like it's like this fight happens and it's incredible, so well choreographed, all this other stuff, and then this fight happens and it's even better than the first one, and then this one happens, and this is like 5 fights in, and you're just like you're exhausted because it's just like nonstop, and you're like, this is just so incredible. I can't take it in because I'm just so overwhelmed by everything else that's been happening. Um, so yeah, I feel like people who have watched JJK will probably know what I'm talking about because it's also one of those like people understand it to be one of the best. But yeah, that's probably got to be it for me. What about you? What are you feeling?
I'm gonna do some honorable mentions too. You said the Dareway, the
Dareway.
Daredevil hallway. There we go. I can talk. Um, I love that scene. Everything you said, I agree with. Um, I want to talk about the opening scene to Invincible season 3 episode 2, Cecil's whole origin story.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Fucking love that. That was very, very compelling. I forgot until the rewatch that like they really, really fleshed out Cecil's character in that episode.
Yeah.
And I actually like I forgot how much I like him as a character between seasons, but like oh my god, that sequence was like really, really good. Um
Well,
I think
and
that'll do it
kind
for
of the thing with that one as well is like up to that point, you kind of see Cecil as like kind of like a shadow organization villain, kind of, where you're like you're not sure if you should be able to trust this guy or not. And then from there on out, he actually is like a character with heart, and you actually start to understand his
yeah,
motivations a lot more.
yeah. I loved how they conducted that whole sequence.
Yeah,
You can either be the guy that you can be the good guy or the guy that saves the world, I think is his quote there.
right.
And I think that's such a good quote. Um but that's all my honorable mentions. I have 3 that I want to talk about before
So
I
honorable
tell you which of
mentions.
them. No, 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 no. Yeah. I don't know.
So you have 2 more
I
honorable mentions in your ultimate one. Okay.
I have 3 more honorable mentions and no ultimate one actually.
Oh.
I'll have to decide.
Isn't this
I'll have
your
to
question?
Yes, I'm playing it by thumb here, Like I'm gonna flip a coin and while it's in the air, I'm gonna decide which one I like is what I'm going here.
Right, right, right.
Um
A two-sided coin's gonna pick between 3 options.
well, yeah. I don't
Okay.
know. First I want to talk about the final scene from Loki season 2. Um is the glorious purpose scene. I'm not going to give you any spoilers cuz this show will definitely be a recommendation one day.
Okay.
Um but it's like some of the best self-actualization in a movie I've ever seen. I'm always a sucker for like when a character realizes exactly what they've been put on this earth to do. Um, it is so good. Um, it also we've had this conversation before. I can't fucking talk, man. We've had this conversation before about this episode. How it adapts Norse mythology like super super well and like in
Okay.
a really cool way into the MCU. I thought that was very very cool. Um, it was like a super sincere finale. I don't know. The visuals and the music are really really good too. Like it's just a great scene. Um, that was I think watching any TV show that was the most I've ever been like, wow, that was phenomenal. Um, Bullet Train,
Okay.
the train crash at the end of the movie. Um,
Spoilers.
like, have you seen the movie?
Oh, we've talked about this. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, oh, I could have sworn you said you had. Well, never mind. There's no train crash.
There's no train crash in Bossing Say.
I didn't know you hadn't seen it. I really thought you had.
That's okay. It's
Maybe,
fine.
maybe. Well, shit.
I don't really care about the spoilers for that one. The ones that I talked about are like things that I want you to ever see like blind. So
I feel like you should watch Bullet Train, but it's never going to be a recommendation because it's just a one-off thing. Um,
or is it?
but like the whole movie, or is it? The sequel.
What's
Actually, I
what's
don't
the
even
one
want
with
to go
Chris
cross.
Evans?
Knives
Snowpiercer.
Out.
Snowpiercer.
Oh, Snowpiercer. Chris Evans is in Knives Out, right? I don't know why I was thinking of Knives Out. Anyway,
It's another train movie.
I see. Why was I thinking of Knives Out? What the fuck? Anyway. Anyway, the whole movie is like about fate, and it like there's a full circle moment at the end of the movie, and
Oh,
it's
cool.
super cool. It's like a fantastic climax, and it's like a really cool scene. It's great. Um, and my final one is my favorite movie theater experience or favorite scene in a movie theater ever. My favorite experience was Sonic the Hedgehog 2, but I can't say that's a good scene. There's no good scenes in that movie. That movie fucking sucks. But like the first the first time I saw this movie, I saw it in theaters, and this scene specifically blew me away because this is Puss in Boots 2: The Last Wish, um, Puss's first encounter with death. Because like heading into it, I was expecting very little from the movie. I saw it with my best friend at like 11 p.m. It was like the latest showing on a Wednesday night during during the school year. So like we are not expecting to go into this movie to watch a movie. We're here at this theater to fuck around before we go to school on Thursday. Um, so we're like messing around watching this movie, and then this scene plays, and it's like a crazy tone shift. Like instantly, we were like glued to our seats.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There was nobody else in the theater, so we were fucking around, and then this scene comes on, and we're like, oh shit! And we from that point on, we just like sat and watched the movie. But it was like
I am sat.
it was yeah, it was so fucking good, dude. Like it's a well choreographed, well shot. Um, Sound design was great. Um, Animation was great. I mean, obviously it's a DreamWorks movie. You can expect there to be good animation in a DreamWorks movie. But also, I want to talk about the fact that there's actually blood in that scene.
Really?
Like, yeah, in an animated kids movie, that's not something you would see from any movies these days, or you would
Right.
expect to see in any animated kids movie from any time in the past like 15 years. Um, so that was like it is a huge tonal shift, and I fucking loved it for it. It was like kind of like a rug pull almost, where it's like you have what you're expecting to see, and then it just like full 180.
Yeah.
It was so cool. Um, if you haven't seen that movie, I would recommend you go watch that because it's a really fucking good scene, and it's a great movie actually. I love that movie. Um, but I think I'm gonna have to say the finale of Loki season 2 is my favorite scene ever.
Okay.
I really
I
really
look
like
forward
that
to you
scene.
recommending that because I don't know if I'm ever going to dip my toes in that. Like, I've been wanting to do an MCU watch through, and I got to I got to Guardians 1, and I was just like, this is a crazy undertaking. I was also reviewing
Isn't
every
it?
movie as I was going,
Mm,
and so it was
that
like,
seems like a lot of work.
yeah, and it
Isn't
was
there
fun,
like
but yeah,
150 hours worth of content in the MCU? Probably more, honestly. That's
Braxton,
a lot.
Braxton,
But
I've put that much time into Destiny 2 in the last 2 weeks.
okay, but that's different because that's a game and you can enjoy it. And also you're playing that with friends and family. And the most important part is that most of that is going to be good. There's a lot of fucking slop in the MCU, bro.
That's true. That's true. Destiny 2 does
You're gonna
not
have
have
to
the Eternals. It does, however, have a Star Wars crossover that is
really.
bollocks. It is bollocks.
Oh, but I was gonna say that seems cool, but no.
Okay. Here's the thing with the Destiny 2 Star Wars crossover. It's done somewhat tastefully. Like it is all done in universe, but and like it's just like it calls back a little too much. Like they bring the
Mm,
ATST in and they have reskinned it to be more Destiny-fied. Um, the first mission, you do the trash compactor scene,
oh,
and it was like,
so it's like fan service instead.
yeah. But then like some of it is done really well, and it actually fits into the Destiny universe. So I haven't finished it yet, so I don't know if it's going to like just fall completely flat or not. But you do get a lightsaber. Um, and the community calls it the LARP saver.
The LARP saber, that's fucking sick. I
So
rock with that heavy, dude.
um yeah, it's pretty good. So you said Loki season 2 scene,
Yes.
and finale.
Yeah, glorious purpose.
Okay, okay,
Very, very good stuff.
yeah. I don't know how you can recommend that. You're gonna have to be like, hey Caleb, free up your schedule, watch seasons of TV.
How am I gonna recommend it? I don't know.
I guess we'll find out in a little bit.
Hey man, stop
uh,
spoiling yourself.
moving on. Braxton. Uh, how I forget. Did we decide that I was going to go first or you were going to go first?
For talking about the recommendation.
Yeah.
I think no, we'll do me first actually.
I was gonna say I think last month because it was Sword Art Online, we wanted to save the big discussion for that. Um, yeah, I feel like we're just gonna have a pretty big discussion about both of these, even though Mystery School's not nearly as big of a franchise as Pirates of the Caribbean. Um,
Yeah, that's fair.
but yeah, why don't you take us away? Like I'm really
All
excited
right.
to hear what you think about. Like
Let me
you've
let
done a
me
really good job at not giving me any indication about how you feel about this recommendation.
Yeah, I've been staying away from talking about it.
Um,
Hello.
so Braxton, I want to ask you while you grab your notes and everything and sort your ideas. Um, did any song that you heard on this journey end up on a playlist?
No.
Okay, okay. So okay, we have set the expectations.
Yes. I
All right,
want you
let's
to
go.
know immediately. I have my initial notes here. It is so far of a departure from my music, like the
Yes.
music I normally listen to. It was very polarizing to me. Maybe
Okay.
not polarizing, but it was definitely like it was nothing I would listen to if it were
100%. This
discovered
isn't
like
something that would come
later in life.
across your desks by by an algorithm.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Um, that said, I did like the sound. Like it's music I'll listen to. Like I don't want to say this. It's music I would not turn off, right? Like if it's on, I'm listening to it. I'm just not actively seeking it out, right?
Right.
So, for Forever, first of all, I want to say I think this was actually my favorite album
Okay.
of it.
I, I
Um,
that's not a hot take by any stretch of the imagination. This is
okay,
his
good to know.
most popular album by far.
You have a bumper sticker about it.
I do. I also have a T-shirt.
Good to know. I'll point that out if you ever wear that. Um, so I actually had a note on here that said, "Is it in Cyberpunk?" It sounded like it would be in Cyberpunk, like a little bit.
Forever came out in 2014, so it's not
Oh shit! So
anywhere near
probably.
Cyberpunk. But yeah, I mean, like it's not any stretch of the imagination. I'm just pulling up his discography on my phone here so I can like follow along. But it Mystery Schools is definitely a album that I or an artist I really enjoy, and it is along my music tastes. And it's not any stretch to say that like Cyberpunk appeals to me because of the soundtrack as well. Um,
Mm,
so I could definitely see that. It does have kind of that futuristic techno vibe
yeah,
to
yeah,
it
yeah.
that
That's
like
what I
you would
noticed.
probably hear in Cyberpunk, but no, he is not in Cyberpunk. He's too small of an
Gotcha.
artist to be ever be in
Fair enough.
Cyberpunk.
Okay, so I also wrote down the songs I liked. I really liked Paralyzed. I think that
Oh,
was probably my favorite
yeah.
of the entire discography.
I love that
Um,
song. Yeah.
I liked Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it does. This is my biggest note here. It sounds like an Old Navy commercial a little bit.
Interesting.
Like it
Okay.
sounds like you would hear it on in the background
I could
while
see
you're
that.
watching your
The
morning
spell
cartoons
you've
and they're
got on
advertising
me.
back to
It's like
school.
magic. Gonna feel
Yeah.
like fall in love. Gonna feel like never give up on. Yeah.
When I'm with you, no notes on this one. Every note. I really liked the end on it. Um, like
It's interesting
I
because
just thought it was really good.
I didn't assign it to you because I didn't want to overload you, but he does a group of albums called Ultra Rare, which are like studio demos. And on Ultra Rare Volume 1, he has every note the demo of it, which is really cool because you get to hear what it sounded like in when it first came to fruition, and then the actual album version,
Oh, that's
and
cool.
they're completely different.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Um, there's only two I didn't like on Forever. I didn't like Fantasy or Ghost. Either of those. They were
Really?
yeah. They were
That
just like
that's really interesting. Okay, so Ghost is his his like far and beyond like his biggest song.
Oh, really?
Yes, like
Huh.
um mask off for a second. Mr. Skulls is my third favorite artist of all time. Um, and I have seen him live like 10 times at this point, and I've gone backstage and seen him backstage 3 times. And so I've talked to the guy. Um,
Yeah.
Ghost was such a runaway hit that his studio basically told him to redo his sound to make more ghosts. Um,
Oh,
and
interesting.
his second
Well, that
album,
explains why this is my favorite then.
yeah, his second album, he which I didn't assign you, is called One of Us, but he has a song called Losing My Mind where it talks about his process of like feeling trapped as an artist to one sound when he wanted to like explore other sounds and stuff like that. So it's really interesting that you did not like Ghost because yeah, um, it's a pretty it is his biggest hit. When it comes on
Oh,
at
really?
a concert, like everybody's having a good time with it. It is,
I see.
and
I see.
and I think that's the other big thing with it is like it is a maybe this is
Club music.
not necessarily club music, but like it is music that like hits you so much differently once you've seen it live. And I will be
Oh,
dragging
that's
you
fair. I can
to
see that.
a Mystery Schools concert because he's touring again this year. So
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah,
Um,
and his tickets are like
I didn't.
$12.
Oh shit. Yeah, I'd go to that. I didn't write any notes on that. I really wish I had. For Ghost. Actually, I don't know. I wish I
No,
could
no, no.
say I had
It's really
that.
cool. It's really cool because of like you were not a fan of it, and it's like his biggest song. It's really like it's so interesting. That's why I wanted to do this and like go in completely blind. I've never played Mystery Schools around you or any like you had no expectation what was going to happen as you went in.
Yeah, I had no idea what I was getting into here. Um, After my post forever notes here are I felt like I remember listening to this album. I felt like super nostalgic for 2021 Rocket League. Like
Yeah.
right after COVID, I was in summer vacation, playing Rocket League with my friends on my living room TV. I remember the exact car combo I had in Rocket League. That's how vivid this memory is. Like it was crazy. Um, but like definitely not a style of music, but not
Right.
bad by any means. Like I can respect it. It's just not for me, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, so I gave a letter grade to every album you gave me here.
Okay.
This one, Forever, is a B plus.
Okay. Okay.
Um, Now back to life. Um,
So before
I
you get into it, I think this would be fun for me to give a little bit of background on these, and then you tell me what how you felt about them afterwards. So Back to
I can
Life
do that.
was, um, I think it was 2020 or 2021, um, and this is his fourth studio album. Um, but this is after he experimented with a bunch of different sounds. He kind of returned to his like original sound. That's the Back
Mm.
to Life moniker. Um, and this is also one of his biggest albums. Um, Forever and One of Us are probably his two biggest albums, but this one I think has the most amount of hits off of it.
Gotcha.
Other than Forever, Forever is
Um,
like his like one hit wonder kind of deal.
gotcha. I have some notes here that I have no context for.
Okay,
Because this is at this point a couple weeks ago that I wrote these.
yeah.
My first note is what is happening, and I emboldened, capitalized, and italicized happening. I said, what is happening on memory? I don't remember how memory sounded to make
uh,
me write that,
yeah. Let me think.
but it was definitely notable enough for me to want to write about that. Um,
It was
it does sound
2019.
like yeah. It does sound like Childish Gambino, like the um the vocals in
Uh,
the back. There's a
oh,
lot
Memory
of
is
that.
the first track, so it's probably the intro.
Yeah, I guess you're
It's the
probably
only
right.
song on that album that's not on a playlist of mine, so that should say something.
Gotcha. Oh, interesting. Okay. Um, it's Childish Gambino. I don't think this is Childish Gambino's sound, but there's a lot of overlap between the sounds. Like with the most notable song I can think of from Childish Gambino is Redbone. How on like the second half there's more like vocals in the background that aren't
Yeah.
like lyrics. There's a lot of that in Back to Life, and
Yeah. There was an overlying theme of like, I don't know, I based off of everything I've seen live, he sings it, but there's like almost like a spoken word, almost like not rap, but like kind of the song that comes to mind is "It's Mine," where it starts off like "Put my money where my mouth is," like I ain't even got to practice. Um,
yeah,
and then he like actually sings. So I think that's kind of what you're talking about, where it's like two different like vocal inflections.
yeah. I think so. I think we're having the same conversation here. Um, I forgot to say when I was talking about Forever, I thought that one sounded like a gaming montage. Like it would fit. It would be perfectly at home in like somebody's COD highlights montage or like
Yeah, your Rocket League
something
thing,
like that. Yeah, yeah. It did remind me of video game, like the
lobby
music people
music.
play at like video game tournaments.
Yeah.
Not even like lobby music, more like the music associated with video games.
Okay.
You know.
Alan Walker's
Um.
faded.
Yeah. Like yeah, digital electronic music and stuff like that. Um. I did think Back to Life sounded less montagey.
Mm-hmm.
Um. I liked the instrumentation on Stronger. That was
Mm-hmm.
my that was my biggest note on that. I actually did like Memory, so
Oh.
I think it was just like I think it was just a confusing sound for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
um, I really did not like Without You. Like
Okay.
I think that one just like dragged on way too
It,
long
it
for me.
it's a little bit simple compared to the rest of Back to Life. Without you in my life, everything's
Yeah,
going right this time. Yeah.
like I thought it just like
So what
or
I
maybe it sounded.
sorry, go
Go
ahead.
on.
No.
Oh,
This is your review.
it sounded maybe it sounded a little bit too like samey to the rest of his sound,
hmm
but it just like it wore thin quick. I felt like it overstayed its welcome
I could see
early
that.
into
I could definitely
the
see that.
for it.
The thing that interests me about Without You is one of the most overused titles to a song ever. Um, like I feel like almost every artist has a song called Without You. Um, and it's my favorite Avicii song. My favorite Avicii song is called Without You, but it's usually like a solemn like, oh, without you, I'm just not a person, and it's like a breakup song kind of thing. Whereas
Uh-huh.
Without You by Mystery Skulls is like, yeah, without you, I'm doing completely fine, man. Like fuck you, man. But
Yeah.
like that's just like the message behind the song where like I think the musically, yeah, it is a little basic. I could understand that.
Mhm. Um, my letter grade for Back to Life was a C. I hope you don't. Hope you're not mad about that. Give it a
I'm
C.
not gonna be mad about any of this. Like I'm genuinely interested as somebody that I talk music with about how you feel about Mystery Schools. Everybody I've shown Mystery Schools to has become a fan. So this is interesting to me.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. Interesting. All right. Let me hear the background on Now or Never.
Okay, Now or Never. This did come out in 2020. This is probably my least listened to album by him because the sound does not gel for me. This is much more of an industrial sound to me. It has the best album art because it's just a guy in a skeleton costume standing there menacingly. Um, so that's pretty great. I also have a Now or Never hoodie that's glow in the dark. That's just like a skeleton torso. That's pretty great. But yeah, this came out in 2020. This is like when I started to latch on to Mystery Schools. Like I'd seen him in concert twice at that point. But like I wasn't necessarily a fan. I wasn't keeping up with like his newest releases and stuff like that. Um,
Yeah.
this is when I started to latch on and like follow him as an artist.
Gotcha. All right. Um, I really liked Calling My Number on this one. I remember that.
Okay.
I was a fan of that. Was not a huge fan of Fight for Your Life. And
Oh,
you'll
interesting.
notice as this list goes on that my notes get a little bit more concise.
Yeah.
Um, I think, and I'll tell you about this at the end. I think toward the end of listening to this, it started sounding too much the same, and I started getting like a little bit like looking forward to for it to end.
Okay.
You know,
Fair. Yeah. Yeah.
like um,
So
I
so
did say
did you do all the listening in like one sitting?
I the first three albums I did not. I did them 3 days apart, so one each day,
Okay.
and then
Beam Me
the
Up, the Gold
second three,
Album, and Maximum Happiness or Maximum Joy were all back to back
yeah,
to back
all back to back to back,
last
and
night.
that you'll possibly. Possibly. We know me to be a serial procrastinator, okay? There's a really good chance. Okay, to be fair, the other two I listened to or the other three, Now or Never was the latest I listened to before that. And that was on June 27th. Like I was actually like locked in on getting this done before and then I moved houses. So I had a lot going on. I had a lot on my plate. I was back and forth the
June
whole time.
June 27th is still pretty late in the month though.
I mean, fair, but that was after we'd already decided that we
Yeah,
would record
later.
today. Yeah. Um, so there was plenty of time for me. Anyway, I did I did I tell you the ones I liked on this one already? I did, right? I said calling my number.
Yeah, you say you didn't like Fight for Your Life or Fight for Your Life.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Um, I felt this one was a lot more introspective. Like that's a good thing. I
Hmm.
like when they're looking at themselves instead of outwardly.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite thing in music is when a artist really like delves into their mental. I find that very interesting as like a cool study
Hmm.
of the artist's psyche as they're doing their art. Um, so I like this one a lot more than what's
Back
it
to
called?
Life.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Yeah, Back to Life. Um,
Okay.
this one is a B flat.
B flat. Okay. Okay. So just slightly
All
worse
right.
than Forever. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Um, now we have Beam Me Up here.
Yeah, Beam Me
This
Up
is
is a really interesting album to me. And I think musically, this and the Gold album are probably going to be low points for you, if I had to
really
guess. Um,
interesting.
because like they both sound the sound of both of these albums are very similar, but they are a yin and yang. Where Beam Me Up was the story of him wanting to commit suicide. Um, the title track beam me up to the sky, rapture me, and yeah, it's about him wanting to vacate this earth. Um,
Mm,
and then the Gold album is him fighting past that, and I think that that's why this is like an important duo of albums for me as somebody that has struggled with depression and suicidal tendencies and stuff like that. Like, um, he put it all out there, and you get to kind of watch the struggle and the overcoming of that struggle in real time almost.
yeah. Um,
Also, this
so
is my
this
buddy
one,
Austin's first concert of Mystery Schools that we got to see live was Beam Me
that's
Up,
cool.
and it was really cool because he just put a like square in front of him, and played like visuals in that square. But then it would also go out, and the suit that you see on Beam Me Up, he was wearing that at the concerts too. Is cool. It's a cool
That's the
time.
one with the cool album cover, right? Was he
Yeah,
wearing that on the concert? Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
sick. That's really cool. So I liked Pleasure, Time Machine, and Paralyzed on this one. There was actually a lot. I was a big fan of the piano on Paralyzed. Was that I had something happen actually when I started listening to this. Spotify just kind of like threw me for a loop and completely bugged out. So some of these might actually not
I was
be
gonna
on
say
this album. I'm not sure.
pleasure is not on Beam Me Up. Or not pleasure.
Oh,
Paralyzed is not on Beam Me Up. Paralyzed
gotcha.
is on Forever. Um,
Oh, look at
but
that.
you
Well,
said
see, yeah,
Time
Spotify
Machine
just
and
completely
Pleasure.
bugged out. Yeah. Um,
Yeah,
but what happened there was
you don't like
it
Invincible.
I have a note about that.
There you go.
um, what happened was it autoplay. So I had like I would start the playlist, and it would like for whatever reason it would shuffle it like when I pressed the button, but it didn't have shuffle on. So I only noticed when
Oh,
like halfway through the album that it was on shuffle.
okay.
So I didn't get like half the story. And then on top of that, it auto played immediately without telling me. Like obviously it wouldn't tell me. That's just how Spotify works. But
Hmm.
I wasn't like I lost track of it, and that's why I wrote down Paralyzed because it went to forever
Yeah.
immediately.
And
Um,
Paralyzed is a really good song. So,
I didn't like 3,000 Light Years.
okay.
Um, and that was the only one I notably did not like on this album. But my note says song called Invincible Raw in all caps. I'm very excited about the song called Invincible.
That one's really cool
Um,
too because that one is also like an overcoming kind of thing.
yeah.
"Beam Me Up" is a song that is like one of his hits that he used to play at all of his concerts, but now he's actually removed it from his track list and he replaces it with "Time Machine" and "Invincible" as like songs that are like meant to celebrate the good part of that album, like the good mindset part of that album, which is really cool. Um, and Invincible goes so hard live. He played it as his finale. He played two songs as his finale last year, and Invincible was one of them. So,
Oh,
and it
gotcha.
was really cool because it was a deep cut at that point. Like people know of like all of his albums and everything, but that was like a song he never played live except for at the Beat Me Up tour. So,
Okay. Um, my other note here is that it was really short. It's like 36 minutes, right?
yeah,
It's a very, very short album.
all of his albums
Um,
are relatively short.
fair enough. But up to that point, though, I think the shortest one was like 42.
Yeah,
I
probably.
think crossing the sub 40 threshold like was noticeable for me.
Hmm.
I will say I didn't really catch the story too much because I was playing Minecraft during this.
Oh.
In fact, I'll show you. I was working on a roof, so I have like a whole diagram over here where I marked out my notes on like the layers of the roof.
Nice.
Um, so I was like definitely thinking a lot, and I wasn't really listening to the lyrics as much. So unfortunately, I did miss as like all the
So
super deep stuff on this album.
the thing is with Mystery Schools, and I think it rings true for Empire of the Sun as well. Another one of my favorite acts. Um, they are kind of vibe coded, where like you can delve into the lyrics and find the meanings behind the songs, but I think where they really excel is like driving music, gaming music, like you said, where like it's not the focal point. Um, I think I really like Mystery Schools because like there is a focal point that you can focus on. That's really cool. Paralyzed, the song about being in love and you know feeling like it's so bad that it's good or stuff like that. Or Beat Me Up being the basically pleading with God to finish you off because you're so done with being alive. Um,
Yeah.
but like Beat Me Up and the Gold album both are. The reason I thought that they were not going to gel with you is because they're very funk coded as well. Like there's a lot of just like funky tones on these albums. And I know that you've said that you're just not a funk kind of person. Um, so I don't know.
Well, here's the funny thing. Maybe this is because I was distracted, so I was only like listening to it, like doing something else. But I actually gave this one a B plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, and maybe again that was because I was like not fully paying attention to it. It was kind of like just blended into the background as I was building a roof in Minecraft. Um, but it definitely improved the experience because I was getting very frustrated.
Yeah.
My diagram that I wrote out was not good, and so I had to continually cross reference the different parts of the roof, and it was very very frustrating. Um, all right, moving on to the Gold album.
Yes. This is the shirt that I was
Um,
wearing in the last episode.
oh, was it really? I
Yeah.
didn't notice that. That's cool. That's cool. Did you mention that?
Yeah. When I mentioned,
You might have mentioned.
yeah, I was like, oh, it's good. It's this shirt right here. Like,
Yeah, yeah. That's right. You did
Not
mention
this
that. I
one. This
forgot
one
about
is the Smithsonian
that.
Institution.
No, that's a Smithsonian shirt. Nice try though.
I almost thought about
Um,
wearing a Mystery School shirt for today, but I feel like that would be too on the
that'd be
nose.
fun. 2 on the nose. Yeah, and I could have worn my Invincible shirt.
You could have worn
I
your
don't have an
Pirates of the
Invincible
Caribbean shirt.
I don't have a Pirates of the Caribbean shirt. I
No.
gotta get like a pirate hat and a full like what'd you call that? Like a trench coat? What would you say they wore? Tailcoats? The pirates? Gotta have a full pirate fit. I might as well have just pulled up with an eye patch too.
There you go. And a
Done the
parrot.
full kit and caboodle. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the Gold album. Give me the background on that.
I kind of gave you the 2-in-1. Gold Album came out
Oh,
a year and a half later. I don't know the story behind what kind of triggered the depression from Mr. Skull. Um,
Mr.
but
Skull.
there is a notable. So you'll notice when you go through the track list. This is a theory. This is just a game theory. But on the track list for his previous albums, I think he has 3 or 4 songs that feature an artist named Snowblood, and that was an artist that he worked with a lot. And as far as I know, they were in a relationship. I don't know if that ended, and that's what Beam Me Up is about. Um, but there is no Snowblood features from Beam Me Up forward. So
Huh. Interesting.
that is my crackpot theory.
You got a
But
headcanon?
yeah, fun thing about this is I saw for the Gold album, I saw Mystery Skulls in concert, and he performed in Denver at a barbecue restaurant. And I had some pretty good barbecue while listening. And I also dragged 2
Hell
of
yeah,
my
dude.
friends at the time to that concert, and they became fans as well. And
Fuck yeah,
actually,
bro.
the opener for Mystery Schools, one of the girls that I went with got his number. So that was fun.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Lore. I've got lore
That's
about
fucking
Mr.
sick.
School, but I got lore about my time with Mr. School.
That's really funny. Um, okay, for this one, I liked Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Okay, that one's I like that
Um,
song a lot.
yeah. And then I liked Good in Everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And my note on this song is in parentheses, is this Cuddy Zone by Kid Cudi? They sound almost identical. Like if I had heard that in like a loud room, I would have thought Cuddy Zone was on.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of Cuddy Zone, so that's not a complaint at all. I love
Right,
that
right, right,
song.
right, right.
So yeah, that's a compliment right there. But I thought it was funny how similar it was to Cuddy Zone. Um, I didn't like Starlight,
Okay. Oh, that's
and
unfortunate. I love that song.
oh really?
Yeah.
Sorry, bro.
That's
Sorry,
okay.
big dog. Uh, and So Alive also, I just felt like was too samey. Like
I could see
it
that.
was fine for the first like half, and then the second half was just like, can we move on to the next, please?
Yeah, yeah, I could see that.
Um,
We are
it was even
believers in
shorter than
starlight.
it was even shorter than Beam Me Up.
Yeah.
So I was surprised by that. And Maximum Joy is even shorter than the Gold album, so
Mm-hmm.
it just keeps getting shorter from here.
Yeah.
But my notes is it almost seems like he's always just talking about his experience with love. Like um my question was, is it all the same girl? Like
I
obviously not, because
mean,
he's always talking about the breakups too. Was it one breakup? Is he talking about the same thing? Is he talking about just his life in
it
general,
could be.
his struggles with love?
With the crackpot theory. This could be like that, but the story for the Gold album is more of like overcoming that kind of dread and feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I could understand that. I don't think that it's necessarily a detraction when an artist like speaks about love, because love is like one of the strongest emotions that a human can feel.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's a lot of really cool songs that have come from talking about wanting to pork your best friend. Uh,
I mean, yeah, you're right about love being one of the strongest emotions and like a good inspiration for music. I mean, I'm listening to a song by J. Cole about love as we speak.
yeah.
So
So, um,
like
I
I
think
can't be
it's
too bothered that he's singing about love.
yeah, and I think this also comes down to like maybe the unfamiliarity with like electronic music, because like you can't really tackle like a To Pimp a Butterfly type meaning when you have a drop. You know, like
That's a good
imagine
point.
imagine Mystery Schools like trying to like tackle like racial tensions in America, and then throws in
How his
a
mom got
fucking
raped, and then it's like,
exactly, and then there's a
is
fucking
that
drop.
T-Pab or is that Mr. Morale where he
It's
talks
Mr.
about
Morale.
that? I thought so. I was
Um,
off base. My bad.
but yeah, it's like you can't. There's only so much that you can do, right? And
Yeah,
a lot of it is like not necessarily making music for the consumer, but like knowing your audience and knowing that like music is there to capture emotion for some people, me included, you know, and like there's a song off of Back to Life called "Get in the Car," and it's like driving down the highway with my baby. Anyway, um it's capturing an emotion, a moment, a feeling, and like trying to put that feeling in with the instrumental. And I think that
yeah.
that he does a pretty damn good job with that.
That's fair, actually. I mean, usually I listen to rap, so I'm always taken. I'm always a little disappointed when there's not such like in-depth storytelling and personal drama and really sad bits.
Yeah,
But
the
you
nice
can't
thing
really have
about
that
rap is
when you're
you're
having
saying
a drop like that.
the nice thing about rap is you
Yeah,
have
rap is basically poetry.
well, and you have a lot more words in a rap song than most other genres.
That too.
You
That
have
too.
a lot more freedom to tell a story when
Yeah, you can definitely delve into it a little bit more
yeah.
when when your word counts up in the like what I would say like 500
Yeah, like
versus 100 for another song.
exactly.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Um, I gave this album a C plus, the Gold Album.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're back down to the C's. Um, and now last but not least, Maximum Joy. Let's hear it.
Maximum Joy. Maximum Joy just came out last year. Um I don't have a lot of background on this album because he hasn't toured for it yet. So
Oh,
I
gotcha.
haven't had a chance to go interview him or whatever. But fun thing about this album is he did a tour last year. It's called the Ultra Rare Tour, where he basically just like went and just played what he wanted to play. He played a bunch of songs that were like his hits and everything, but then he also played like a lot of deep cuts and stuff like that. And throughout the concert, he actually played first time like live and like before these songs even came out, he played like 4 songs from this album in the tour, and it was a lot of fun. It was a really good time.
That is fun.
But this is also the album I'm
Okay,
the least familiar with because it's still really new.
it's newest. You haven't seen it live. I gotcha. Um, I liked Untouchable Champions.
Oh
There's
yeah,
like a cool piano riff halfway through the song, and I was like, that was when I wrote down that I liked this song. Was because of that piano riff. I was like, this is really cool. I don't know if I've ever told you or said on the show, but piano is my favorite instrument. So anytime a piano comes on, I'm always a sucker for it.
yeah.
Um, I didn't like Best Is Yet to Come that much.
Okay.
Um, and then like I said about my notes getting more concise, this one's actually my shortest notes of the whole thing here. Um, it's like by reaching the end of this listening party for me, I think I was definitely like sick of the sound.
Okay.
Like it had I think
It
if I
started to
were to
wear on
listen
you
to this album, yeah, like if I were to listen to this album
in a month.
at work in a month, it would probably hit a lot more or a lot better than if it was on hour 3 of building a roof in Minecraft
Right. Well, and
playing
there is
Mystery
something to be
Skulls.
said maybe about maybe taking the whole month to do a recommend where you can space it out a little bit more.
The only problem with that in music is that I can't really remember all the songs immediately. I actually like purposely listened to this toward the end of the month
Yeah.
for that reason,
Okay.
just because I wanted to have the songs fresh in my mind. Um, Perhaps that did backfire a little bit. Maybe I should have spaced it out better. But I definitely wanted the music fresh in my mind so I could tell you.
Yeah, I think as well. There, part of the homework assignment was also like, how does this sound evolve over time? And I think that it's interesting because, like, as somebody that's been following him for the better part of a decade, like, the difference between Forever and Maximum Joy is very stark to me. But also, like,
Yeah,
following
yeah,
that journey of, like, Forever happened, and then Back to Life is like a continuation of that sound, and then you have Now or Never, which is like this really dirty, grungy, like, industrial sound, and then you get to Beam Me Up in the Gold Album, which are very funky and very bright, uplifting. Um, and then you have Maximum Joy, which continues that sound, but then adds in, it's like the almost like the pinnacle of it all, where it's like adding in like a lot of the dirty grunginess from Now or Never with that kind of upbeat kind of stuff, and then you have the messaging that's very similar to Forever in that, um like the loner kind of, like, I'm doing my own thing and I don't really care kind of deal.
yeah,
So uh, yeah, it was something that I was hoping that you would get, but, like, I also understand, especially as somebody that doesn't listen to this genre on your own, like, it's all going to kind of sound like, not necessarily like wubs and dubs, but like it is going to kind of sound a little samey. You're not going to hear the
yeah,
intricacies that you would. It's like the same with Daft Punk. Like, if I assigned you Daft Punk, like, which is definitely an artist that has a lot of nuance to the sound and everything. Um, you're probably going to get a very similar thing where you're like, I'm kind of just sick of this sound by the end of hour 4, because, like, you don't have that palette for it necessarily.
yeah, yeah. I hate to do that because I mean obviously you wanted to know my thoughts on it, but I definitely didn't catch the evolution of the sound based on it,
Yeah,
just
that
because like
that's
I
okay.
don't know what I'm listening for, you know.
Did you go check out music videos?
I actually did not have the time to get around to.
Okay,
I did have to.
so that was an add-on that viewers from the last
It
episode
was
will.
said that was extra credit.
Yeah. So Mystery Skulls does not do any of his music videos. There's a separate channel called Mystery Ben, who is actually an old animator for My Little Pony, who does music videos, and there's, like, kind of like, they're reoccurring characters. And they're just fun little animations. They're really cool. I enjoy watching them when they come out. But Mystery Skulls, he does music videos, but he just does them to, like, Bollywood. So those are kind of
Yeah,
fun
you were
too.
telling me about that.
The
I'm
entire
definitely going to check them out. I'll talk about them next episode.
Yeah, the Back to
Um,
Life album, the entirety of Back to Life is all Bollywood. So
that's really
you
awesome.
can you can look forward to that. That's really good. Um,
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
but yeah, so you said your favorite was probably Forever, which is,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That's his big album. He did a 10th anniversary tour of that 2 years ago. That was the first time I saw him backstage, actually. Um,
Uh,
and yeah, I'm sorry you didn't gel with it, but I also, I didn't expect, like, I did not expect it. I was going to be pleasantly surprised if you came in and you were like, yeah, this is great. I'm a big fan, because, like, judging off of your taste in music, this is not something, that you would have found crazy.
yeah, yeah. I mean, overall, I didn't dislike it by any means. I had fun with it. It was again, like I said, I think it because I don't know what I'm listening for, it kind of all sounded the same.
Mm-hmm.
Um kind of like what's a good example of this where like I have an example, but I definitely should not say that. It's It's a bad thing to say. I'm not gonna say it. I also don't believe it.
It's like pizza, where like you can have a cheese pizza from Domino's, you can have a cheese pizza from Little Caesars, you can have a cheese pizza from Papa John's, and if you don't have the palate for it, it's all going to kind of taste the same. But when you
There we go. Thank you very much
with
for
a
helping me
trained
out here.
palate, yeah, with a trained palate, like it starts to you start to be like, wow, the sauce on this one is a little bit better than the one at Domino's.
Yeah.
I like the way that they cook the cheese. I like the thickness of the crust here.
Can we just talk really quick? If we're leaving this part in, right?
Yeah.
I just want to say, for the record, I did not say anything offensive. It was just possibly a bad example. I do not feel struggling here, man. Go back to the pizza bit,
ladies,
except I say it, so I
ladies and
can just use
gentlemen,
that as my example.
ladies and gentlemen,
Woo!
Braxton stumbled upon a minefield, and
Yeah,
unfortunately,
I'm
he kept
delicately
stepping on the
skirting my way
mines.
around.
He kept stepping
I'm
on the mines.
trying very delicately to pass through this minefield
And I will
without getting
attest
it in my
that Braxton did not
lungs.
say anything outwardly offensive, but like the trying to
I tried.
navigate
It
that
could be any of
minefield,
the.
that him trying to navigate that minefield ended up being a total mess. So we
Yeah.
moved to pizza, which nobody can be offended by.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the save, Caleb.
I
Appreciate
got
you,
you.
big dog.
I got you.
Goodness.
Uh,
Moving on.
I think that that deserves to bump Mystery Schools up a grade.
All right. Let's put it at a B.
uh, so with that being said, Braxton, how would you rate your time with Mystery Schools?
Fun. I enjoyed it. Again, like I said, I would definitely get down to it if I heard it in like a short stint. Like if I'm in the kitchen at work or like in public and somebody's playing it at like outside of a restaurant
Yeah.
and passing by, I'll be like, this is fun.
I
I could get down to this.
I would when I drag you to a Mystery School show, I'm really interested to see how your opinion changes. Oh, the other thing I really wanted to ask you about is what did you think about the singing? Because that is like a pretty polarizing thing. Like having an artist with that kind of vocal inflection and every like that is capital S singing that he is doing, and he's doing it all himself.
Hmm. I will say I didn't find it that notable
Okay.
as a bad thing
Right.
or
It
as a good
wasn't
thing.
like
Like
jar.
it was
Yeah,
just
it
like
was just like there.
yeah, it was just singing. I was just listening to the
Okay.
music.
Yeah, no, that's
So
totally fine.
no wrong for me there, you know?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's no problem. I've met people that it like turns them off immediately, and then they come back around to it. So yeah.
Okay.
So if
Gotcha,
you
gotcha.
had to give it a out of 10, how are you feeling? Keep in mind, we've done 3 episodes so far. This is episode 4, and the last 2 episodes you both gave 7 out of 10s. So I need you
I
to
know I
give
bumped
me at
Cyberpunk. I bumped 2077 up to an 8.
okay.
That said, Mystery Skulls 6.5, 7.
just
It was
just stuck at the number 7. You cannot have a
I know.
take that you said yourself you were ready to be done with it, even if you had a decent time with it. That sounds like a 5 to me. I need
Yeah,
you to have an
actually I'd
opinion
be fine
on this
putting this
show.
on a 5. I'd
We
be fine putting this on a 5.
we said we said before recording this is going to be a fire, not a friendly type of episode.
Okay. This is a 1, and
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
sorry for pretending. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to put it at a 5.
Okay. Okay. Mystery Schools out of 5. The lowest rated experience on the show so far. Except for my rating for SAO, which I gave a 3.
That's
All right.
funny.
Any last minute things you want to talk about with Mystery Schools before we move on?
No, I don't think I got anything about it.
All right. I will be talking to Lewis. That's his name. And I will be, letting him know that you don't fuck with him. He'll pull up
Okay,
on your
so
block.
when you take me to the concert, he is going to shoot me. Is what you're
Yes,
saying.
yes.
He's
He's gonna pull up to your block.
all right. Good to know. Good to know. Okay, good to know. Good to know. I'll be careful.
Yeah, yeah. He's also
I'll keep an eye open.
he is incredibly good at Street Fighter.
Oh,
Like insanely
that's
good.
a cool little
Last
fun fact.
yeah,
I'm terrible at fighting games.
same. But yeah, last year for um his backstage experience, we all got to play him in Street Fighter, and he cooked every single one of us. Only one person took a single round off of him.
That's kind of insane, actually. Holy shit,
Yeah, it was crazy.
that's kind of sick. Damn. All right.
So, Braxton, how do you
Yeah,
feel
let's hear it.
about
Let's hear about them
pirates?
pirates. I love pirates.
Like just as a concept, like the mythology and everything like that. Like, how do you feel about pirates?
Okay. Between samurai pirates and cowboys, pirates are comfortably second place. I am mostly indifferent about pirates. Cool pirate story is very cool. A bad pirate story is pretty shitty. There's uh, what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of wiggle room in here. Um, but by and large, I like pirates. I could like pirates.
Okay, okay.
How about you?
So there is a game, and it is a game that is very near and dear to me. I love this game so much. I'm upset that I don't get to play it more. It's called Sea of Thieves. And it is what I think is the quintessential pirate experience. Getting on a boat with with like your best friend or upwards of three of your best friends and commanding a vessel, going and hunting the treasure, going and sinking other ships, fighting a megalodon, fighting the kraken, fighting
Yeah.
pirate skeletons, all that other stuff. That is the pirate's life for me. I love sea shanties. There's sea shanties in that game. You can drink a bunch of ale and throw up on your friends. Um, it is great. You can lock each other in the brig. I have sabotaged many a pirate ship by shooting explosive barrels that we have been trying to sell because they locked me in the brig. So I would say I am not the biggest fan of pirates as far like my best friend is obsessed with pirates, loves pirates. So um I have been reserved in watching the pirates movies because first of all, I'm just not really a movie person to begin with. Like I love movies, but like it's not something that I go out and like have to go see unless it's like specifically captures my attention. Something like Project Hail Mary when that came out was something that I
Yeah.
was like, I need to see this movie. But for the most part, like I don't go seek out a movie unless it like really captures something. And to me, looking out on from the outside in, Pirates of the Caribbean is a movie or is a series of movies of Captain Jack Sparrow or Johnny Depp getting up to hijinks. And I like Johnny Depp, for the most part, from what I've seen him in. And I was not necessarily somebody that was like, I need to go see that because I don't need to see, I don't want to watch somebody live a pirate's adventure. I want to live a pirate's adventure.
Fair.
So, that being said, it was my task to go watch Pirates of the Caribbean. The Curse of the Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest, and At World's End. Braxton, I have about 4 pages of notes here.
Holy shit. Let, well, let's hear it then. Holy shit.
So, starting off with Curse of the Black Pearl, I have 2 words: skeleton pirates. I do not think that there is a cooler thing in fiction than a skeleton pirate.
That's your favorite fictional trope ever?
Like when you think, especially if they do something stupid with it, like put an eye patch on the skeleton, because like why the fuck does it
Yeah.
need a fucking eye patch?
Oh, so I bet you were rocking with the nonsense they get up to in their skeletons in Curse of the
Yes,
Black Pearl.
yes,
Oh man.
love it, love it. Love like the fucking arms coming off and like attacking each other. It's like love it. I freaked out. So, getting into the review a little bit. First of all, I really want to I want to emphasize these movies are long. These are really fucking long movies,
Yeah, my
and
bad.
I mean it is what it is. Like, but like I was not expecting that. I was not expecting these to be superhero length movies. Uh, the shortest one is Curse of the Black Pearl, and it sits at 150 minutes. It's a 2.5 hour movie almost. Um, so getting into it, first of all, you could tell this is a 2003 movie. The CGI is cheesy. Oh, it's
Do you really think
cheesy.
so?
I think so. For the first one,
Wow.
yes. Those skeleton pirates, oh, they're cheesy, bro. Which adds to it. I love me a cheesy pirate or a cheesy
That's funny
skeleton.
because people say it like that the CG still holds up like today. Like they
We'll
say
get
it's some
into
of
it.
the most impressive CG ever done.
We'll get into it. Um, Johnny Depp was born for this role. He's Captain Jack Sparrow. You know, it's like Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. Like that is just like there's nobody ever going to be able to play that character ever again. Um,
Yeah.
if Johnny Depp dies and they want to make another Pirates movie, well, they better get the rights to his AI likeness. So, um, I do not know too much about Keira Knightley and Orlando Bloom, but I thought that they were perfectly fine for their role. I didn't really see them. I think other people probably could have played their characters, but like um, it was not a match made in heaven like Johnny Depp and Jack Sparrow. Um,
Yeah.
I I love the introduction of Captain Jack Sparrow, of him riding in on his dingy little boat, um, and things like that. Um, yeah, big fan of that. This is something that I feel like I've never really cared too much about until this show. I think I mentioned it a little bit when I first watched like Avengers Endgame, but like how female characters are portrayed actually matters a lot to me.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and like Avengers Endgame goes way too hard in one direction, where they have a whole scene dedicated to like female characters go, like where they have their like little Power Rangers moment. Where what I'm looking for is like a Lucy type character. Not necessarily. I think Lucy is maybe written a little bit too damselly, but like we talked about Asuna in Sword Art Online, how she's written to be kind of a strong female character that, in some respects, is stronger than the main character.
Yeah.
And I think that Elizabeth Swann fits this role as well. She's a really cool female character, being a damsel, but still having her own badass moments that don't feel forced. She
Yeah, for sure.
has the background of like reading pirates adventures and things like that, and so it doesn't feel like, oh, we had to make the female character cool because equality. It felt like, oh, we wrote this character to have knowledge that would aid her in her journey to do stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
um I mentioned earlier it's like a 2.5 hour movie. It did not feel like that whatsoever. It felt
yeah. It's
long.
a fast movie, right?
It felt long, but it definitely, like, it sped by. It didn't dally on certain things. Like, it definitely let the movie breathe, but it didn't feel like they were just like trying to pad it.
Yeah, yeah.
um, I think the story was pretty basic. Um, and
Oh yeah.
I think that all three of them are pretty fucking basic. That being said, I don't think it's about the story. I think it's about how the story happens and the journey that happens with these movies. Um, the story was pretty compelling and it had cool moments, but really, I think it comes down to like, and it gets more solidified throughout the rest of the series, but specifically in Curse of the Black Pearl, Jack Sparrow, and not really knowing like, is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? Is he just in it for himself? Does he have a turncoat? Like, does he betray Elizabeth Swann and that side, or does he betray the what's his face? What's the captain of the Black Pearl?
Barbosa.
Yeah, Barbosa. Um, so you never really know what's going to happen until it happens, and I think that's really interesting. I have a note here. This feels like a Disney movie. Through and through. Like this, just like
It's just like a journey kind of deal.
yeah. It like it's definitely grittier than a Disney movie, but like this felt like a Disney movie. Like
Yeah.
that's not a bad thing by any stretch of the imagination, but like I could pin this without ever seeing the opening credits.
Yeah. Like it's fun. It does
It's
like the fun stuff.
whimsical.
There's stuff that appeals to kids. Yeah. I would say actually, in fact, your point on the wacky skeleton pirate hijinks, um, that could totally just be like the two side animals, like the extras in an animated movie.
Yeah,
Like you could totally see just like two animals
exactly.
on like a little cutaway getting up to some bullshit where one of their arms falls off and the other uses it to pick his nose or something.
Exactly. Oh man, I fucking love. I love it. I love it. I don't like it when the animals are doing it, but give me a skeleton doing some wacky stuff, man.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
So that's my notes of Curse of the Black Pearl. Kind of short, but I don't think that Curse of the Black Pearl is like necessarily like the most thought provoking thing. It does its job and it does its job well. It's the 9 to 5 worker. Um, and I think it set a really nice baseline. Very optimistic going forward from here. I wrote notes after every movie. And I think I watched them over the course of like 5 days. Like I watched one and then waited 2 days and then watched the other two back-to-back days. So, but yeah, I took notes after each of them. So I just have a note that says very optimistic going forward. For Dead Man's Chest, I did not want to take. These movies are hilarious. These movies are really funny. They're lighthearted. It's pirates. Like you can't. They're funny movies. So I didn't write a note every time I laughed, but I wrote notes on ones that like made me full on like guffaw. And the first one I have is uh when Jack Sparrow sees Elizabeth for the first time in the movie. Uh, he turns to his co-captain and is like, hide the rum, because in the first movie when Elizabeth Swann and Jack Sparrow are trapped on the island, she burns all the rum. and that made me laugh so hard I had to pause it.
That hard? That's actually awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
So my post movie thoughts here. Like the direction the series is going. It feels like the first movie is kind of a one-off story. And then after the success of it, it wanted to continue on. So this one has an ending that sets up a more overarching story of the entire series.
Yes.
And I mean, like, this is definitely, I mean, this is the cliffhanger to end all cliffhangers, right? It's like,
Oh, for sure.
like
for
Jack
sure.
Jack Sparrow gets eaten by the Kraken, and then they go to Miss Voodoo Lady, and she's like, well, you can go rescue Jack Sparrow, but you're gonna have to take this guy, and it's Barbosa, like, yo, what's up, guys? It's me,
Yeah,
your boy,
like a
back at it
Avengers
again.
post-credit scene type deal.
Yeah. Everything seems really intentional. like everything is happening for a reason and have payoffs that are coming. It feels a lot like my first watch through of all the Harry Potter movies, where like details that you kind of write off come back to play in big ways. Every big character seems to be there for a reason, except for one random girl in the first movie. There's like this moment when they're like bringing a crew together to go take back the Black
Oh
Pearl,
yeah.
and they have this like one girl that like has like a lot of random moments, and I totally expected her to come back in some way, but no, she's just kind of gone.
Yeah, they say it's bad luck to get a girl on board, and then that's the only time they mention her, or that it's bad luck to have a girl on board a pirate ship or anything like that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's weird.
yeah, it's really interesting. Um I I love that the Commodore comes back. Cuz he was not like a big character in the first movie. Like he was just kind of like there. Um but then he comes back and he actually has like some character development, you know, getting kicked out, and like he's like a drunkard on what's the name of the fucking pirate island?
Tortuga Island,
Tortuga,
Pirate Bay,
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. A mystical quest to the Isle of Tortuga. Yeah. There's a Lonely Island song called Jack Sparrow. Um
Oh,
yeah, it's good. It's good.
what do you know?
But yeah, and then the ending with Barbosa is just like a crazy reveal. It's like it was really
Oh
cool.
yeah, for sure.
Like that. Um I have a note here. The witch doctor lady really ticks me off.
Really?
But it's because she reminds me of one of my least favorite characters in all of media. Not that she is a bad character, but there's this character in one of my favorite games of all time, Diablo 4. And I don't know if it was because of the writing or something, but you save her. She has this really cool like thing happen where she's like possessed by one of the like satanic gods, and you save her and you kill one of the lesser gods, and she's like super thankful. And then in the next act, she has this like whole like holier than thou, like I'm not gonna help you, even though like I was super grateful like not even 15 minutes ago. And like it's just bad writing. They wrote her so terribly.
Ah,
And but she is a like a witch doctor in this in the game as well. And so like it just, I saw the witch doctor lady and I was like, God, I hate that character.
that's funny.
The effects get a huge bump up, and this is what I was saying. Like, I think Curse of the Black Pearl, the CGI is pretty fucking bad. But like with Dead Man's Chest and At World's End, the effects get a huge bump up. Davy Jones and his crew look fantastic, and the Kraken looks phenomenal. And
Oh yeah.
I think
Oh yeah.
those hold up. Pirate
sure, for sure.
skeletons, the pirate skeletons in Curse of the Black Pearl, oh, they're rough. They're great, but they're rough. But like Davy Jones and his crew look really good.
Yeah, they do. I'm glad you noticed that, because oh my god, everybody talks about how cool Davy Jones is.
Yeah.
Like how good he looks.
It's really weird to hear him with a Scottish accent though. Like it like caught me off guard at first. I was like, what the fuck do you mean he has a Scottish
I
accent?
love Davy Jones's voice.
It's good. But like I was just like, what
Everything
the
gets a
fuck?
little wet.
Yeah.
Love that line.
Are you afraid of dying?
He's got some really funny lines where it's just like so like
The way that he
there's
delivers
like no
them too.
subtlety at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where he like kind of like snaps too, where he's like, "Are you
Yeah,
afraid
yeah.
of death?"
Yeah, his actor did a great job, dude.
Yeah, I think it's one of the Skarsgård brothers, if I remember right. Maybe not, but
Could be. I have no idea.
there is this thing about the second two movies that really detract for me, and it is they established Elizabeth Swann of being this like really like standalone character who has a love interest in Orlando Bloom's character, but like is independent. in this movie, they tie her to this love triangle, and that turns into kind of almost like a love square between Orlando Bloom's character, Captain Jack Sparrow, and the Commodore. And she's like having these moments with all three of them, and it kind of sucks. It kind of really sucks because the first movie really like sets Orlando Bloom's character up as like the guy. Like
Yeah.
they've been a thing since they were 8 years old. Like they've had this kind of thing together. And then at the end of Curse of the Black Pearl, like he goes up to uh Elizabeth Swann while they're getting like ready to get married and professes his love for her and stuff like that. So like they end that movie with like he's the guy, and then randomly now she's like trying to like get with Jack Sparrow, and then also like kind of also trying to get with the Commodore, and like having these moments together, and it really detracted. It really made me kind of hate her character in the long run.
I thought this is just a personal interpretation, but I always got more of like a she's weaponizing her femininity against them type deal. Like
I
especially with Jack Sparrow, like she when she ties him to the Black Pearl when he
yes,
gets eaten by the Kraken, it's because she was able to effectively seduce him.
but and that would be a perfectly okay read if they didn't spend so long like going like, okay, this compass shows you your heart's truest desire, and it points to Jack Sparrow on multiple occasions. Like,
Isn't that because he's the key she needs to get um with Will Turner? Or like, it's been a while since I've seen the movies. Isn't like he what she needs? He's a means to an end, and that's what she needs at the moment.
I mean, maybe that's an interpretation of it. I read it as way more like there's a conflict in her heart now. Like
Mm.
she was all over Will Turner, and then uh and then it's set up because when Jack Sparrow first gives her the compass, the um it points towards like because he needs to find the dead man's chest and the key, right? And so like it starts pointing in that direction, and then over time it starts to get confused and starts pointing towards Jack Sparrow. So um
Maybe I should rewatch the movies then to
yeah,
see if I was just
I
imagining.
could definitely be wrong on that. It just like that's how I interpreted it, and I did not like that. I didn't like that. It was
Fair.
like you had these two darling characters that were set up really well in the first movie, and then they just like eh. And
Yeah, no,
like
that's so fair.
if it was just like the ending scene, or like you know where they tie Jack Sparrow to the boat and everything like that, that would be one thing because like I think that sets up tension. Like Will Turner sees them kiss and then have a moment and then like all that other stuff, but then uh it's like kind of played on throughout the entire movie. And then there's stuff like with the Commodore where like the Commodore is like, oh, I there would have been times where I would have loved for this moment to happen and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, yeah. No,
yeah.
I feel your complaint here.
Um I think Elizabeth does still get some good strong moments, but she takes a step back in terms of like devolves into a damsel and a romantic thing just to prove conflict that doesn't really need to exist in my opinion.
Gotcha.
Um, but there's this really good bit where she pretends to faint on the beach when Will Turner, the Commodore, and Jack Sparrow are all fighting. And she's like, guys, stop. And then she faints because it worked earlier in the movie and it worked
Yeah.
in Curse of the Black Pearl as well. But nobody cares in this movie. Like she faints and then like nobody cares and
I
she
love
like
that scene
gets
by the
up.
way.
What's
That
up?
whole sequence where they're like that whole sequence when they're on the island with like the water wheel and shit is such a good scene.
Mm-hmm. Um, Will and his dad felt really cool. And I hope that goes somewhere, even though it felt just like a tiny bit forced. to like have a character connection for Will. But it still felt really cool, like to see Will's dad after him talked about in Curse of the Black Pearl.
Yeah.
Um, I said overall, I liked it slightly less than the first one, but still had a fun time with it. But it made me really excited for the next one. Just because I wanted to see it all wrap up. So,
Yeah.
and then at World's End, right off the bat, I have another note of a really funny scene that happened. There's a point where like Barbossa, they all reunite, and Barbossa is like trying to take control of the ship, and Will Turner pulls a gun on Jack Sparrow and Barbossa. Elizabeth Swann does the same. Jack Sparrow is like pointing at Will Turner and Barbossa, and then they're all like pulling guns on each other, and the monkey pulls a gun on the parrot, and the parrot just goes Parley. Which was so funny to me. Because it was such a bit in the first movie about parlay that I was just I had such a good time with that bit.
That's more that like Disney nonsense too. Like,
Exactly.
the animals getting up to some bullshit.
Yeah. Well, and I wasn't really a fan of the monkey up to that point, but then that moment, like the parrot, the monkey, I was like, okay, this is good. I said this is a really fun ending to the trilogy. And that love is like not really part of a perfect ending. Like the two lovers stay together, but like at what cost of it all, you know?
Yeah.
Again, the effects are spectacular. Specifically the fight in the maelstrom at the end. Like obviously like that is just such a crazy fight. But
Can I to talk about the effects really quick?
yeah.
Can I just say, I think that is the peak of blockbuster cinema. Is that sequence in the Maelstrom? I don't think there's ever been a set piece that's more striking than that. I don't think I think the choreography made perfect use of it. I think everything in that sequence is as perfect as you can get for a blockbuster film.
I could see that. I think it maybe goes on just a little too long. Um, in terms of like, there's only so much that you can do with sword fighting, especially like pirate sword fighting.
That's
Um,
fair.
and like, while they do their best to spice it up with like rope swinging and stuff like that, it is still at the end of the day just like Davy Jones and Jack Sparrow, like bing, 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 bing. Like it can't
Yeah,
go.
that's
It
fair.
can't be like slice down somebody out of the like right off the bat or anything because it would just kill all the
Yeah, that's fair.
momentum. But um,
With the rope swinging, did that scene where he like swings by with the pistol and shoots the chest out of Davy Jones's hand? That's like maybe the rawest scene in the entire
yeah.
franchise. I don't think there's anything cooler than that.
um, yeah. The other thing is, there's a meme of a guy like walking down some stairs while everything's blowing up around him. Had no
Oh
idea it was
yeah,
from
yeah,
this
yeah.
franchise. Had no idea it was from this franchise.
Oh, I bet that was a really funny surprise
It
then.
was. It was. I thought it was like from Les Mis or something that I like Les Miserables that I like had forgotten or something. But no, no. Still not a fan of the love triangle and square. I think it really just diminishes Elizabeth Swann, despite her having a lot of strong moments. I think it just like it really boils her character. Like she still has a lot of really cool moments being the new Pirate King and stuff like that. But like this and this one you can't even like say like okay it's not it's implied that she's weaponizing her femininity because it's literally like the Commodore and her have a moment right before the Commodore dies. It's not her abusing her or using her femininity to like escape the boat when he's already giving her away off the boat, and then they have a whole kiss scene and stuff like that. Like I,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just not a fan of it. Like I get that it's like you're a scallywag and you're like cheating on your boy and stuff like that, but like I don't know. I just like it added such unneeded like tension that I was not a fan of.
That's fair. Did you at least like the Commodore's send off? Like, do you think that was like a good payoff to his setup?
I think it was all right. I think the Commodore's character, he's still kind of a minor character at the end of the day, but I think that
Yeah.
his character arc was still done pretty well. I kind of hated how he died though. Like, it looks so bad,
Really?
bro. Like, fucking Will Turner's dad is just like, hey, you can't let those prisoners off. And then he just like, he fucking pocket knife. And he just goes like, ugh. Just like stabs the Commodore. Like, it's not like there's a fight or anything that occurs. It's just like, ugh.
Yeah. Just, whoops, you're dead.
Yeah, and like that was a little cheesy. But
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. The wedding scene though, when they're in the middle of the maelstrom and Elizabeth's like Barbosa, marry us. No notes. Fantastic. 10 out of 10. 100 out of 100. Yeah. That was so perfect. That was so good.
I am a huge fan of that.
Yeah. I love that it ends where it started, with Jack Sparrow not having a ship, sailing on a little dinghy, and stuff like that. That was really fun. I wish that the rest of the Brethren made an appearance, or at least a passing mention prior. Like, you have like the whole scene around the table where they're all there, but like they're not really developed at all. They just kind of showed up out of nowhere. And then they like show them when the maelstrom ends, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And there's already a ton of characters in these movies, so I don't want them to like introduce a lot more. But like, even just like having like passing mentions of them in prior movies would have done some stuff.
Yeah, could have helped.
Calypso, like, where did she go?
She turned into crabs, bro. That's
yeah, but there was all this build up. There's all this build up, and then nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
Like, not even like anything with Davy Jones. Like,
no, it's a little confusing with that.
Yeah.
I always took it. This is entirely interpretation. This is even more so a personal read. I always figured it was a like her love with Davy Jones is a curse. So her final act was when she left Davy Jones, and now she's just a curse to him. And she literally becomes a hole that he dies in the film. But that was just a personal read. That's even more of a Hail Mary than my other read.
Your weaponized feminism. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there just wasn't a payoff to that entire thing. And like, there was really good build up to it. I just wish that they had like done, and maybe the next two movies have something to do with it. I'm not really interested in watching those ones, but I don't know.
Yeah, you definitely don't need to, for sure.
I love where the characters end up, with the exception of Elizabeth, since we don't really know what she's up to while she waits for Will. Like, they kind of turned her from a badass like Pirate King character to like kind of a housewife. You know.
Yeah.
It's really hard to rank this one because it's probably higher than the second movie, but it's tough because it's the conclusion of the story, and so it like already just kind of has that payoff that feels really good.
Yeah.
I think I liked Curse of the Black Pearl the most out of the three, and then
really,
At World's End, and then Dead Man's Chest, in that order. But
I think most people's list is actually the exact opposite.
Oh, really? No, I loved Curse of the Black Pearls. That one's my favorite by far.
It's a very fun movie. It's definitely very fun.
Yeah. It's what I want. It's what I want out of these movies. Like, the overarching story is really cool and everything, but like, pirate hijinks, skeletons, like.
Yeah, I can see the appeal for you.
Yeah. So that was by my by movie basis. I have a little overall blurb here. I love the theme song. I think the theme song is like actually like one of the goated parts of this franchise. And what I love is throughout the series, they actually like build upon it and they do variations of it depending on the mood and stuff like that. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Hans Zimmer, I mean, he's a goat for a reason.
He's a
Like,
genius. Yeah.
yeah. I love all the subversions. You really don't know how things will turn out because of all the betrayals and how much of a crackpot Jack Sparrow is. Like, Will Turner is on Davy Jones' side for a little bit. He's on the Commodore's side for a little bit. Like, you really have no. It's just like that's the rule of being a pirate. You know, you don't you don't trust anybody. You know,
Everybody's a means to an end. Yeah.
exactly. And I love all the callbacks to prior bits. I mentioned the parlay bit. That was a huge thing in Curse of the Black Pearl. And then, like, I love the thing where at the end it's like nobody say parlay. Like, it's so good. Um, the dog coming back with the key and everything, and then he's in the pirate fortress. That one's really good. The code. That one's really fun. And then Elizabeth Swann at the end of the third movie saying we would never work out anyway, because Jack Sparrow said it to her at the end of the second movie, like, or maybe it was the other way around or something like that. But like that was a really good bit. I love that it was like that kind of stuff. There were a few bits that really didn't land with me. There were 4 or 5 characters I just wish weren't part of the movies whatsoever. The 2 idiots that were part of the original Curse of the Black Pearl, one with the wooden eye. I never liked anything that they did. There was like very little that I actually cared about with those.
Yeah.
There were
they're just there as the more to fill that checkbox of more wacky Disney hijinks.
Exactly. There were the 2 Armada guys that like first met Jack Sparrow in the first movie, and then they came back, and then the only thing I really liked about their character is the second they were captured, they like took off their Armada clothes and became pirates. Like that was kind of good, but like I was not really a fan of them outside of that. And then, like I said, most bits with the monkey, I was just like, I was like, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a fantastic time with this series, though.
I'm so glad.
I'm very happy. I just that you recommend this. I had a fucking phenomenal time with it. And yeah, like I said, I've heard the other 2 are not that great. I've heard that the last one is like really bad.
Neither of them are bad. They're definitely more self-contained. They're like Curse of the Black Pearl, where it's just wacky pirate hijinks.
Oh shit!
But the 5th one kind of messes up Jack Sparrow's character, where in the first 4 he's like really intentional with everything he does. You just never know. Where it's like he's always got a plan. He's always doing something, and he knows what he's doing. In the 5th, he's kind of just a lucky idiot.
Okay.
Instead of a smart guy who pretends to be an idiot.
Okay.
Which is a little bit of a bummer. That's the only I think that's the only major complaint people have with the 5th. And then they're just not as good, all in all.
Yeah. I might check them out.
They're fun
if I feel like it. I got a lot done in Minecraft.
It's not.
I got a lot done in Minecraft while I was watching these movies, so
Hell yeah, bro! Hell yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I had a great time with it. I have a lot of complaints, but like for what I wanted out of it, I gave it a 9 out of 10.
Hell
This
yeah!
is the highest rating on the store so far. I had a fantastic time with these movies, and I'm so glad that I watched them. Like this was a really good time.
That's good to hear.
I didn't mention it. There was another thing I really loved in the third movie, which was all the bits with Jack Sparrow like talking to his ghosts and stuff. Those are really fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like that.
That was the bit. Because I had it on here leverage as a bit that I really liked, and I couldn't remember what that was, and it was in the first movie when they break Jack Sparrow out of prison. Will Turner's like, "Oh, I designed these. All you gotta do is get a little bit of leverage," and then he does it on Davy Jones' ship too. He's like, "Oh, I just think I just whoosh." That was a good bit too. I like that.
Yeah, yeah. I always like when they do like a callback like that.
Yeah.
Good full circle moment.
So yeah, that's Pirates. Really good time. And yeah. Is there anything you want
Did
to
it
talk about with Pirates?
after watching the movies? Would you answer the question differently? Cowboys, pirates, and samurais. Which one's the coolest?
No.
Aw.
Uh, I I like the idea. Okay, so here's the thing: is I've studied Japanese culture for a really long time, and samurais are like the coolest thing ever.
Well,
Ninjas
yeah, everybody knows that.
ninjas are overrated. Um, but
Yes, they
like,
are.
there's no way that pirates are ever going to beat samurais.
That's fair. You know what? That's fair. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have a good point here.
um, but
All right, man.
the thing is, it makes me want to go play Sea of Thieves because they also have a Pirates
Oh
of the
yeah.
Caribbean crossover.
Had you played that DLC before?
I did, but I didn't know anything about it.
Mm, gotcha.
So,
So I imagine it'll be a much more fun.
well, I have to convince my friends to play it, so I'm not going to play it alone. unless there's a seemingly strapping 20-year-old blonde hair, blue eyed bigot.
Is Sea of Thieves cross-platform? Bigot. Is Sea of Thieves cross-platform?
I don't know. Maybe. I think so.
Because I can't. Huh. It would have to be because I can't even run Mario Kart on my PC. A mod for Mario Kart Wii, and in 30 minutes, my whole PC just like blows up.
I feel like you
Doesn't
could
work
run
anymore.
Sea of Thieves. Emulation is
Really?
infinitely harder on your PC than regular gaming is,
Oh,
because you're
I
trying
did
to
not know
trick
that. Maybe I
your
could then.
PC into thinking it's a Wii.
Fair enough. Maybe I could then. We'll see.
I don't know. It's worth a try. I fucking love Sea of Thieves. So
I'd be down to give it a shot. It's on
yeah,
Game Pass. I could download it.
yeah. And my boy Austin, I know
You have to.
He's looking, and we could get Zach. Oh my god, that would be such the saltiest crew.
Okay, Caleb. Here's the thing, right? If if we do Sea of Thieves,
We also have to do
you
Lethal
owe
Company.
me Night Rain, bro. You owe me Night Rain if we do Sea of Thieves.
I already told you I would play Night Rain. You just told me I can't play Night Rain with you until I finish Elden Ring. And I'm like, dude, I don't care about the
I didn't
spoilers
tell
of
you to
that.
finish Elden Ring. There's one spoiler that you will regret seeing in Elden Ring before, but everything else you'll be fine.
Because, like, I own Night Rain and I own the DLC.
Yeah, yeah. We gotta play Night Rain, bro. I fucking love that game, bro. I've been wanting to get back into it.
Yeah. It would be good. I just have to find my controller. Because I'm not a maniac who plays a Dark Souls game on keyboard and mouse.
I can't believe anybody could do that.
Dude, I have no idea. I've seen people play Monster Hunter on keyboard and mouse too. No idea how people do it.
Why would you? Have you seen the people who play Rocket League on KBM?
Yeah.
That looks impossible, bro. What are we doing?
In contrast, when I play Destiny with my dad, we play on PC, but he plays on controller. And it's really funny because you can physically watch his character as he's like trying to turn, and he has like such a slow turn speed.
Yeah, it's like the cinder blocks grinding on concrete sound. Yeah.
My sister sent me an Instagram reel of like playing Minecraft on PC, and it's like a guy's chopping down a tree with his fist. He clears 3 blocks, and then he like goes to look down, and it's Mr. Fantastic from The Incredibles, or Mr. Incredible, god damn it. And it's just like it's so good. Every time you have to like look up or down.
In a lot of younger audience TikTok spaces, whenever somebody has low sensitivity in a game, the first comment is always a pirate steering the ship in the middle of the rain, like with the whole like big pirate wheel
Yeah.
of the ship. That's the comparison they always draw.
It's so good because we'll be playing Destiny. I'll go over and like punch my dad in the face, and then you'll just see him like Like, to look at me.
That's really funny. That's really funny. That's good stuff.
So, anything else about pirates before we move on to the fire part of this fire show?
You tell me.
No,
I've
I
got
mean
everything I wanted to say about pirates.
I've spoken for the last 45 minutes about pirates. I think that's what it deserves,
True.
and you know,
True.
I recommend it. Go watch it if you haven't seen Pirates of the Caribbean. The first 3 movies, you don't have to necessarily like anything. Like it's just a good time. It was a good time.
They're fun.
Yeah.
They're just fun movies.
So, looking forward to when Braxton throws the next trilogy at me that is also longer than our allotted time, and that's going to be Lord of the Rings.
If I were to do Lord of the Rings, that'd be crazy.
I
But I guess
own all
then
3 of them.
we
Never
should
seen
get to
them.
the recommendations, Caleb. I guess if we're talking about trilogies that might perhaps go over the allotted time,
Yeah, yeah.
maybe it's time for my recommendation?
Yeah,
Question
yeah.
mark?
Go for it, Braxton.
Uh,
Did you want to set
right,
it up,
Caleb.
or do you want to just rip the Band-Aid off?
I'm gonna set it up because I actually have a choice for you here.
Okay.
Okay. Would you rather a man who thinks he's on top of the world realizes that everything he's done up to this point is futile and he searches to find his place in the universe and through time?
Okay, so Loki.
Does that sound more compelling to you, or does an average guy living in the city who gets a powerful item stuck to his back, resulting in him crossing paths with a mysterious punk named Lucy, who introduces him to a group of wacky new friends, all while they evade the authorities and fight against a gigantic mega corporation that owns the world? Which one sounds more compelling to you?
Huh. There's no way that you found. There's no way that you found a show you can describe with Cyberpunk's fucking.
What?
Will you tell me what that one is? I'm gonna pick Loki.
Okay.
But will you tell me what that second one is?
You will be astonished to hear that this is the fucking Lego movie. Which, by the way, is a phenomenal movie.
I've also seen it, so.
It is. Oh. Have you seen the other two? Have you seen the Lego Batman and
No.
the Lego Ninjago movie? Okay, so that was going to be the package deal there.
Okay.
Watch all 3 of those.
I would also be down to watch the Lego movie again, because I've heard it be reverent, and I don't have the same reverence for it, so.
It's shocking how similar those 2 things are, though. It is really, really weird.
That is really good. Was I right? That's the first one, Loki.
Yeah, it was Loki. Yeah.
Okay, seasons 1 and 2.
Seasons 1 and 2, I did the math. It's about like 8.5, 9 hours.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. Okay,
so not that long. If you're down for that, that would be cool.
Yeah. How long are episodes?
I think is
episodes are 45.
About 40 minutes each.
Okay, I can watch those on the treadmill.
40 to an hour.
So I did for Invincible.
Finales.
So
I gotcha. Yeah.
Oh, that's
so
good.
You're down
that's
for
good.
Loki season 1 and 2?
Yeah. Loki
Sweet.
season 1 and 2.
Nice. And you saw up to Endgame, right?
I've seen up to Endgame. Yes.
Okay, perfect. That's
except for the Spider-Man movie, which
that's fine.
Yeah. But like I watched Doctor Strange, I watched all the Thors.
Gotcha.
So all right, Braxton. What did you do in Minecraft yesterday?
I built a house.
Oh, I thought you were building a sheep farm.
Spent a lot of time. I thought I was going to, and then the roof for the house I built took 3 hours.
Okay.
So
can you tell me a little bit about like your Minecraft experience? Like, do you build farms? Like, do you build redstone doors?
I don't, not a lot of redstone doors, but I do enjoy doing an auto farm. I don't like the resource gathering per se, but I do like the setting up an infrastructure for yourself and then being able to build and then being able to go back through and like decorate it and like making it blend into your world and like having it all like super cool, you know.
Okay, so that
In fact,
takes that recommendation off the table. I had a really fun
this one
recommendation
off the table.
where I was
It
going
takes it
to,
off the table.
yeah, I was gonna have you build a super cool redstone contraption and then show it off in the next video or in the next podcast.
Wait, wait, that seems fun.
Yeah, but
We're gonna have me build.
I was gonna just have like make you go do a bunch of research on like some cool stuff, like build like a really cool piston door or something like that. Go watch a bunch of Mumbo Jumbo or Il Mango or something like that. And I mean, you can still
For
do
the
that.
record, I
You can still do
watch a
that.
lot of Mumbo Jumbo and Il Mango.
Yeah, but
I'm not too good with the redstone stuff.
yeah. So that was the original recommendation was to make you go
It's
do.
a fun recommendation.
Yeah, it was gonna be cool, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
So, yeah. Um, Braxton, what kind of video games did you play growing up?
I played almost exclusively Nintendo.
Okay.
I had a PlayStation 3 that I played Minecraft and Ratchet and Clank All for One on.
Okay.
Um,
What
but
kind of
mostly it was just Nintendo.
yeah? What kind of games on Nintendo? It was like Mario Party and or Mario and
Um,
stuff, right?
yeah. So yeah, I was gonna go into a whole spiel here. I had a Wii, a DS, and a Wii U. Um, like the Wii was my first console. I believe the first game I ever like picked up and like consciously played was Mario Galaxy 2.
Okay.
I probably was like 5 years old for maybe actually I might have been even younger than that. I might have been before I even started school. Um, but I was definitely very young. Mario Galaxy 2 I played before Mario Galaxy 1. Um, and then one day we were at Target and we saw Mario Galaxy 1 was on sale, so we bought it. Um, those were some of my favorite games for a while. Loved the Skylanders games. I had like I have probably like $200 worth of Skylanders for my Wii, and I think they're still in my parents' basement actually. Um,
Love Skylanders. Except I
so
hate Skylanders
yeah,
because it like I loved Crash Bandicoot and Spyro growing up, and that's where they ended up until they were saved by the Insane Trilogy and the Reignited Trilogy.
yeah. I mean that's fair that you would be a little bit annoyed that they ended up in Skylanders. It was very fun though. That was an awesome game to play as a kid because like everybody talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, back in first grade, that was when Skylanders was really big. Everybody would like, who's your favorite Skylander? And we would have like discussions at the lunch table that would last like the whole lunch period, and then we would go out to recess and still be arguing over which Skylander was the coolest.
Interesting.
Um,
Interesting.
yeah, I loved Skylanders as a kid. Um,
Okay.
Played a lot of Mario Kart. On my DS, I played the some of the Mario RPGs. I played Inside Story. That was my favorite. Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of my that was definitely my favorite DS game. But I also had like the Mario Party games. I had Mario Kart DS. Um, I had this game called Fossil Fighters. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's
I
like
have.
really like a offshoot of Pokemon.
Yeah.
I love dinosaurs. That
It,
game was my
dinosaurs and
favorite for a while. And
bones. That you're talking to the
yeah, man,
autistic kid who loves dinosaurs and skeletons. Like you don't think I know what fossil fighters is?
talking to the CEO of Dinosaurs and Bones.
I have a Hawaiian shirt with
Yeah,
dinosaur bones on it.
hell yeah, bro, hell yeah. That's exactly the plot of Fossil Fighters.
Yeah. Um.
um, Loved that game as a kid,
Yeah.
and then it was basically just games really, past the ones I just mentioned to you.
Is pretty much what you cut out a little bit.
Just like Mario games.
Okay.
I will
And then
say
Fortnite, right?
My first shooting game was Splatoon. I
Okay.
didn't play Fortnite until like sixth grade. I was probably 11 years old, I think.
Okay. So Braxton, something you just told me stuck out to me a lot. And it was you're talking about Skylanders. Um, and how you would go and talk to your friends on recess and talk about which one's your favorite, who could beat who. You know, maybe make up some imaginary games. I'm sure you did that. Like,
Oh yeah.
um, so there's a game series that like that was noticeably missing from all of that talk of Nintendo games and DS games and things like that. I'll be right back. Entertain the audience.
Guys, while I was mentioning all my games, I forgot to mention The Legend of Zelda. I played like a fuckload of those, and I loved every single one. I don't know how I forgot to talk about that. I'm actually really glad Caleb just got up and left so I could talk about that. Um, I loved the Zelda games. Twilight Princess was the first one I ever played, and then I played Skyward Sword. Loved that game. I've replayed Skyward Sword I think like 3 times. I've replayed Twilight Princess like twice. I had Phantom Hourglass on my DS. Um, I got the like built N64. Was it N64 or was it GameCube? Got the built-in emulator for the Wii. Played Ocarina of Time. And Caleb, I did a great job. Oh, he didn't hear me. Hold on. Caleb,
Rex.
you'll be proud to know I did a great job entertaining the audience.
Good,
I didn't
good.
stop talking the whole time.
Braxton, your
you're
recommendation
super
for next month is. Oh wait, hang on, not that. Oh no, wait, hang on, not
Whoa!
that.
Two-lander.
Oh.
Oh, dude.
Nope.
How did that get there?
What does that look like?
That looks like a 3DS with Pokemon Sun and Moon on it.
So this is my
Maybe-
3DS that I will be lending to you for the month of July
You are
to play.
fucking G, bro. Excellent.
Because I know that you said that this is your favorite generation.
Yeah.
This is not what I would prefer you play as your first Pokemon game. This is the lowest point in the Pokemon franchise.
Is it really?
Yes. This
Give me
is
one that you would want.
regarded.
I mean,
This is regarded as the worst Pokemon game. Mainline Pokemon game. But I don't, because you haven't played the other ones, you have nothing to compare it against. So
maybe you're right. Maybe this would be the best way to start the Pokemon games.
yeah. So Braxton, your recommendation for the month of July is on original hardware, Pokemon X.
I am very excited for this.
I will be giving this to
I
you
thought
the
it was
next
gonna be
time we
really
work
good.
together. No, that was just a
Hell
gag,
yeah,
because
bro.
while I was trying to find them, I found all 3 of my Zoolander.
Found all of your Zoolander. Hell yeah, bro.
So I will have to go
Like,
find
people's
the
on
charger
standby at
because
all
I kind of don't know where my charger is for it right now. But part of it is not emulating it. You have to experience what it was like as a child playing on a DS.
That's really exciting. I haven't played on a DS since I was probably like 9.
Yeah.
I'm actually very, very excited for this.
Yeah. I do not have a length that you need to play to. What I will say is probably get at least 3 gym badges in. You could do that in an hour. You could do that in 24 hours. But I just want you to play. I just want you to play Pokemon.
Dog, I'm gonna feel like a kid again. I'm gonna like sneak my DS or sneak the DS under my pillow and be like, listen for my parents walking around the house, and then once they're gone, I pull the DS back out. You know,
I
I'm
want
gonna
you.
be living. I'm gonna be going through a memory lane here. Holy shit!
Yep. So I know you're
You got me
disappointed.
smiling like a little kid, bro.
I know
No,
you're
I'm not at all. You got
disappointed
me
by.
actually, like,
I know you're disappointed by the Minecraft Redstone thing not coming through, but I put a lot of thought into this one, and
no, this is. I'm very excited.
and Braxton, let me tell you, this is the start of one of my branching paths.
Branching paths.
I told you there
Yeah.
are multiple recommendations I have that are a pathway. So
That's true.
this
You
is
did say that.
yep. I'm excited for this one.
Well,
This one.
well now you got me really excited for the future of this show.
So, yeah, episode 5 of the Friendly Fire Show: Pokemon X on original hardware versus Loki.
Loki seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun episode.
That will be fun.
So, until next time.
Excited.
Until next time, Braxton, shout yourself out. Where can people find you?
I'm only on Instagram. Look me up at Braxton. That's BRAKKSTON. That's my main account. I probably will not follow anybody back on that account. I just like the idea of having a bazillion followers on my main. But if you want to keep up with like actually what I'm doing, the art for this show, the art for Caleb's SCPod, and go check me out on Brack Art, also at Instagram. That's gonna be BRAKK does art, no spaces. That's where you'll see like all my actual stuff, the cool stuff I put into the world, not just me being an idiot on the internet. But yeah, that's all for me.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that should be getting some updates now that you're no longer missing a hand like Luke Skywalker. You can find me at Calica1738 on Twitter and Instagram. Or just follow me here on YouTube at the Calica YouTube channel. That's where Friendly Fire Show comes out every month. And it is also where I do all my other content, which will be getting a revival. I just had to take care of some business. And now I'm a lot more freed up, so I can actually focus on doing content again. Weekly stuff coming out, hopefully an album review, as well as a bunch of outdoor content. I filmed a lot of content this weekend in Utah, so really look forward to that. You can follow the show here on my YouTube channel at Calica, or follow it on Spotify as well. Just look it up under the Friendly Fire Show. We've been getting some support on Spotify, which is pretty awesome. YouTube's doing pretty well as well. So, very happy. Feel free to leave a comment down below with things that you would like to see changed. Did we yap too much? Was Braxton too quiet again? Did he say something kind of like a little bit racist earlier? You don't know because it'll be cut out.
It was not racist at all. I was defending. I was offending the people who are racist.
True.
I was
and they're not people.
Them.
They're not people.
Yeah, we don't.
But yeah,
racists here.
feel free to leave us a comment, give us some feedback, or just tell us what you think about the stuff that we did. Did Braxton give Mystery Skulls a fair shake? No, he didn't. But did I give Pirates too much of a shake? Probably. Yeah, until next time, look forward to the next episode. We'll have some fun stuff to talk about, and yeah, we'll catch you on the flip side. See ya.